in the Valley of Praise once again, and certainly a great segue to introduce our broadcast team who nothing but praise, particularly from themselves. Hello to Benny Goldfinch. Goldie, welcome.
Yeah, Pistol's great to be here. Yeah, very much looking forward to this clash today.
Excellent. And Shane Collins is also joining us. Great to have this man back, Collo.
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it? You told me the weather was going to be perfect today, and you've dragged me out here, and yeah, it's fair to say that it's a little bit windy. You wouldn't get a kite up today. She'd be off and gone. But look, it's good to be here, and looking forward to today's game. It'll be a good encounter, I reckon. Lobethal are up and about, and so they should be. They've had a great start to the season, and I'm sure Blackwood are looking forward to this challenge today.
Now, well, we're out here. It's been great that we've been joined by, a triple premiership player out here. Of course, the great man, Randall Wicks. Randall, thanks for joining us.
Afternoon, Jeff. How are you?
Fantastic, mate. And I'm right in saying as we just look across the Valley of Praise here, because it's almost exactly 8 months since an unfortunate day, and the community obviously still the scars of it. But it's great to have footy back, and also the Tigers up and running, because a lot of communities running their footy team.
Yeah, footy in general for the local clubs in the hills is awesome to be back and running. For us, it was an interesting day. At the time, the bushfires, but we're on the road, well and truly on the road to recovery now.
Yeah, fantastic. And as we know, you must be pretty happy with the way the boys are going. They won 2 games last year, already equalled that handle, so we'll just keep a lid on it, because some really key recruits that you've been able to pick up, and none bigger than the big man himself has been. Unfortunately, we'd like to see him out there, but welcome Brady Dorr to the Calder Wild.
Thanks, fellas. That's good to be here.
Fantastic, mate. Just firstly, hammy.
Yeah, with the string, probably heard it training before round 1, but just tried to play, and I got about 5 minutes in. So, yeah, hindsight's a beautiful thing, but it's tracking well, and hopefully hand off next week, if not the week after.
Beautiful, of course, which again we'll be calling on the Calder Wild. So, look forward to seeing you make your debut on the Calder Wild out on the field, of course. But now just tell us, mate, quickly. Dream come true. 10 years. Young fella running around getting a kick at Meadows, and I think through Beefy James recommended you to go down to Nord, and 3 flags later, only the 16th player to play 200 games for Nord. You've done it all, Brady. A great career for a kid from Meadows.
Very fortunate. Can't really complain with any of that. Didn't expect anything to happen like that. Was just happy to try and play footy at the highest level, which we all sort of want to do as a junior, and lucky enough to be recognised by Beefy and a couple of others, and chose Nord to go there, and obviously you never look back, and great experience. 10 years flies by. When you get there, you hear the older guys talk about how quick footy goes and make the most of it, and then all of a sudden I'm done there and I'm back in the Hills Footy League. So,
well, I asked when you first went down there, Brady, what was the area you found that you had to sort of work on and improve to become a consistent league footballer? Because obviously you had the height and the ability, but just was there one facet that you sort of worked hard on?
Obviously they probably wanted me to work on my body size a bit more, but that probably didn't happen as much as they would have liked. But just consistency and just trying to do what the coach sort of wants and all the team sort of things, and especially just playing a role each week, which Nathan Bassett sort of brought into the club from an early stage. Everyone has their role, and you play your role, and then the team will get the job done.
Must be something about Nord's recruiting from the hills, because last week at half time we had the great Nugget Hine on, who was sort of ringing wet to be about 5 stone, and of course, as you said, you had to build yourselves up, so it must be something in Nord recruiting agile thin ruckman from the hills.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe it would have been good to put on a bit more size, but didn't quite get there. But fortunate enough, I could still move fairly well for a big guy, so that worked out.
Absolutely. Now, Randall, new recruits, mate. They've all settled into the club pretty well by the looks of it. Not only on the field, but importantly off the field.
Yeah, we've always been a family club, and the new recruits that we've got in have family themselves and young kids themselves, so it's a good fit off the field. It's a good fit on the field as far as Aiden and Jack go from the Sturt side of things. Having Henry here last year and Aiden being Henry's brother-in-law, there's a connection there, and then obviously with Brady and Harry coming in for the Norwood connection as well, makes it a pretty good off-season for us.
Yeah, just quickly, Brady, you touched on, well, Pistols, you touched on it, the Hills connection. Brady, did that make it a lot easier for you? Obviously, SANFL footy can be daunting going down there, but there was a lot of Hills boys down there at the same time. You guys sort of ended up, you know, a little bit of a cult nearly, I suppose, the amount of you guys from up in the Hills. Was that a real benefit to have all those other Hills players from all the other clubs down there at the same time?
Yeah, definitely. I knew a few boys from Norwood, which is what made it a lot easier. And like you say, the Hills connections I've formed a great bond with, like Alex Giorgio, Matt Fuller, Tim Webber, and Ben Jeffries, and obviously all those Hills boys. It was really what made it enjoyable.
Yeah, and over the 10 years, obviously a lot of good opponents and good players you would have played against, and a few different coaches as well. In the coaching ranks, who was the person that gave you probably the most help in your career through that time?
As I mentioned before, probably Nathan Bassett would be one of the best coaches I've had, and probably one of the most scariest. Can give a good spray, and I think he probably had the most influence on me. But yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he done a very good job with his own career, didn't he, as a player? And Randall, just on to Lobethal, obviously, you know, it's fair to say the club's moved the goalposts in the last 18 months, and you've really gone out and worked hard with the connections that you had and tried to put your club back into where Lobethal needs to be for a healthy Hills Footy League. You know, who made that big call? Was it something with your leadership? You said, right, drawn a line in the sand, here we go? Or how did it all come about that you attracted a few of these players over to play?
Oh, look, I guess for us it all really starts with the coach. And appointing Matt Fuller partway through last year when Richard Kleeman wasn't able to continue on was the first step, and probably the key step in all of that leading up to the recruiting done this year. His connections obviously down through Norwood, and then actually we'd been talking to Henry Voigt for some time previously, and we managed to get him up here partway through last year, and that's led us to the connections through Aiden and Jack. So I think it starts with the coach. We definitely needed to do something given where we were in probably the previous 3 years. We see ourselves as a strong Hills club, and our results over the recent past haven't been good enough, so we need to do something about that.
Yeah, it's a good point, and I think I was only talking before to some people outside the van. I think a healthy Lobethal means there's a healthy HFL. Lobethal are one of those powerful sides. So just with your hat on as president of the club, let's talk about juniors for a second. It's something that we've spoken about a lot on our Unplugged show, and the junior grades and the numbers in the juniors. How are you guys sitting with your 18s, 16s, 14s? You know, where do you sit with all that scope of junior football at the moment in HFL?
Oh, it's no secret, I don't think, amongst the clubs or those in the know in the clubs that, you know, Lobethal it's struggling for juniors. Our under 14s we have plenty. Our modifieds aren't too bad either, but when you get to the under 16s and under 18s, that's where we start to struggle. The 16s earlier in the season, we're looking to have a full side. COVID hit, we're just a bit down on numbers, so we just have enough for 16s. 18s, we had 14 to begin with at pre-season, hoping that we might drag a couple more out once pre-season started. Then COVID hit, and we were down to 7. So
wow, yeah.
that meant we ended up amalgamating with Gummaraka to form an A team between the two clubs, which enables our kids to still have a game, otherwise they wouldn't have a game. But going forward, I see it as a real problem area for us and probably the Northern Hills clubs themselves, Country Division especially. 18s is a grade that is going to be tough work.
And from your club's point of view, or yourself, you had to think about what the outcome would be beneficial, you think, for not only Lobethal but the league going forward?
There's been lots of discussions and there's lots of different angles you can take on it. I think a separate junior competition may be the way to go, just to try and keep the commitment down from families. There seems to be less commitment by parents, especially these days, through the 16s into the 18s. So it makes it harder when you need to commit a whole day to footy. Whereas if there was just a day, a single morning or something like that, then, or a separate venue maybe that they go and play at, rather than be at the footy all day, that might make it more appealing. I'm not sure. I don't really have the answers, but for us looking forward, at the moment, we treat it as a normal season next year, as in juniors play before the seniors. But we'll need to do a lot of work in trying to not only maintain the Colts that we've got, but somehow recruit and make it attractive for kids to either come back to footy that have dropped out or come here to play footy.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic, and we've spent a bit of time on it with the Unplugged show, and there's a lot of different things being bandied around, but I think it's a really important topic, and we can't lose sight of the fact that these are our next crop of, you know, senior footballers in all these clubs, so we need to be doing the right thing and forward thinking with that. So just quickly, Brady, back to you, the elephant in the room, mate, the hammy. How's it going, mate? Are we a 21-day job, so we shouldn't be too far away?
Yeah, that was the initial diagnosis. It was tracking pretty well earlier in the week. Been doing a bit of running this week, but hopeful for Harndorf. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Don't want to risk it with this short COVID season, as we're all aware.
As we mentioned, the connection between the Hills footballers, as said, down Nord, plus a few other SNFL clubs, obviously Sturt. Obviously, you've only played the short amount of time in your return, but obviously you've had a look at the standard of Hills football, obviously, since you left, and obviously, through all due respect, that was in the country division. Division 1 comp, was that also one of the keys for you coming back? You wanted to play in a really good competition. The Hills have certainly improved with players like you and coming back.
Yeah, I was obviously haven't seen much Hills footy for a long time, and I was a bit surprised with some of the quality players that are running around here now. Obviously, there's been a few recruits over the last couple of years.
When you look at the list today in both teams, and it's like old homework for a few players, isn't it?
Yeah.
SNL.
Yeah, it's
like
yeah,
Nord playing Sturt today.
Yeah, it is a bit like that. But yeah,
Bit of West Adelaide.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a pity. Kurt Thompson's done his knee,
unfortunately,
so
yeah,
that's
it's very
loss for
sad.
Blackwood today, but no, it's a very strong comp with all the recruits that have come back, and obviously everyone's trying to sort of topple off Harndorf, who have been up the top for a few years now with their recruiting and people coming home and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, look.
I suppose the question I've got to ask you, big fella, is there a chance down the track you might return home and wear the green and gold again?
I think so. Look,
Yep.
I'd love to play at Meadows again. It was a
Where it all
super hard
started, yeah.
decision to not play there this year. And I just thought I'd give it another year or two before I head back there and just play with a couple of mates. And it's like you sort of say, this competition might be a bit higher standard for now. So while I'm still a bit young,
absolutely.
I might try and
is
play
it
at this level and something different.
is it a prospect of you boosting Meadows' chance of winning a rare cricket premiership by returning to the fray? And of course, coached a few junior cricket premierships for the mighty Meadows. Perhaps some of those A-grade players now, Brady, are in cricket. You mentored them along the way?
I may return, but there's a fair chance it won't affect them much. It won't help too much. I haven't played cricket for a long time. I was filling in last year for the Nord boys. We had a 2020 comp, and I think we played 4 games and got 3 ducks. So I think the cricket's well and truly.
We were thinking he's
dropped
more
off.
the Bruce Reid of the competition there, Randall.
No, tall off spinner.
Now, what do we expect today, Randall? Obviously, big game, sitting equal top, undefeated. Blackwood just a game behind you. Obviously, they faced Harndorf last week, so they're always a tough challenge. So, yeah. So.
I'd expect a pretty good contest every week this year. Jeff. I mean, I don't think there's any clubs that you could take lightly any given time. And
Well, as we've discussed a lot of times, Randall, it's a sprint season, isn't it?
Well, it certainly,
Only the 8 games,
certainly is a sprint season. I guess, to some respects, the draw that happened a few weeks, last week, Onkers and Barker, that could prove a bit costly in the end in a short season. But no, look, I expect a good game of footy today. It's a little bit windy, so it makes it a little bit tougher. But both sides possess a pretty good running game of footy. So we'll see.
And obviously, Matty Fuller, having had the benefit of, well, actually it's been interrupted, hasn't it? But entering his first full pre-season and that first season as coach, how's he found it? Sort of last year taking over, but this year full. But once again, as we said, we had 8 or 9 weeks late, so it's a bit unfortunate, isn't it?
Oh, look, Matty's not short of a word, especially when it's in the footy forum. I'm sure the boys could attest to that. But he's well, I think, I haven't really asked him, but I presume he's feeling pretty comfortable where he is at the moment, and he's got good staff around him helping him out. So, given that he's a playing coach, like I said, I think he feels pretty comfortable where things are at the moment.
Hey,
There's always things to work on.
Just tell us about another of the new recruits, Sean McWaters, is it?
Yeah, so Sean is a player that was playing in the York Peninsula up on the YP League, which is obviously not happening now. So he lives at Teacher Gully. He was just looking for a game of footy somewhere, so he landed up here with us. And
So he just likes Lobethal as a place. He
does
like
now.
visiting Fairyland or whatever.
Yeah, well, unfortunately Fairyland Village no longer, mate. But no, he's enjoying himself while he's here. I'm sure he's a York Peninsula boy, so he'll go back down and play next year.
Yep. And the big fella Jack Osborne, just the big Ayers Rock in the goal square.
No, he's not that big. No, not really. No, he's massive. He's a good recruit for us.
Well, Brady, obviously you would have seen him at his best in games against when he was playing for Sturdy. The formidable man to ruck against, or?
Yeah, he's a man mountain. It's fairly intimidating. I stand next to him and feel small, so people tell me they feel small next to me. So.
And of course the pig dog, Aidan Riley.
Yeah. So Aidan came to us through Henry Voigt, who played it last year, brother-in-law. So it's a great acquisition for us in the midfield, especially, and doesn't mind kicking the goal or two. Just adds that experience. Helped us out last week actually in the game that perhaps we may not have won had we not had that experience around the ground and particularly around the footy. So.
And you can probably hear in the background in the mics the breeze here, which is obviously favouring the round a week scoreboard end here. So what would it be worth? Local knowledge here, Dooley?
Oh, if you use the footy right, it's probably worth 3 goals, I reckon.
Okay.
You get caught out here on this southern wing, it might be a little bit more difficult being the defensive side, but it'll be a good 3 goals if you get it right.
This must be a fantastic gone the full circle for you, Brady, when you think about it, starting the Meadows and perhaps playing on some interesting grounds and playing at suburban footy, Adelaide Oval, etc., and then you come back to country footy. It's sort of full circle for you.
Yeah, well, to be honest, wasn't quite used to the ovals when I come in here for training. And a couple of the first game, I was like, it's a bit soft, but it's good to be back. Nothing like Hills footy with all the cars around and getting some abuse from the opposing teams. So it's good to be back in Hills footy.
Yeah, fantastic, and it's great to have you back. But as I said, unfortunately, not out there today. But hopefully next week, mate. Hey?
Hopefully I can get on the parks.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
And quickly, Randall, before we let you go, just want to touch on, because as I said 8 months ago, but and your good friend Shane Collins, who referred to you from the Lobethal Lions Footy Club. I don't know if you saw that article, Randall Weekly.
That's all right. I'll get...
But
I'm not allowed to say on air.
No, just that bushfire, the bushfire bash. Well done, both you and Onkers as clubs for putting it together, and fantastic thing for the morale and everything, and the community, and just it's probably all the tough things that have gone through, the fires, COVID. It's great to have community football back, particularly in a place like Lobethal. As I said, you look across here and you still see the scars and how close it got to the main street. It must have been absolutely horrendous to be here that day.
It wasn't a great day, but the event itself, the fundraising event with joint event with us and Onkers was a great day, and it was there was certainly the rivalry's been there for many years as far as Onkers Lobby goes, but the camaraderie on that day and each week we turn up against Onkers, home and away, whatever season it is. Yes, there's rivalry, but the camaraderie between the two clubs has always been there. And it was a testament to particularly Shane and the work he did in getting that event up and going.
So you would have been pretty happy to get that round 1 win too.
Oh yeah, it was. Talk about rivalry between Brady and his mates, and
of course,
Joffa and his mates. It was sort of a Norwood bit of rivalry there that day as well. So it was. We owe Onkers one. They beat us here after, we're leading.
Yeah, last year we did that game. Yes,
and they come home with us. Wet sail and knocked us over, so we owed them one. It was nice to get the win up early. I'm sure it was for Brady and the boys too.
So your squad at this stage, obviously apart from Brady here, everyone available at the moment?
Yeah, we're all pretty fit and well. Lockie Ozzie broke his foot unfortunately last week, so he's obviously a young lad for us, but plenty of ability and future for us. So that was a bit of a bugger, especially in the short season. But no, other than that, we're all fit and well, as good as we could be.
Fantastic. All right, mate. Well, thanks for joining us. As always, you're always very hospitable and to us out here when we come out here. And good to see you, Brady. And hopefully next week, as I said, we'll be at Harndle. So hopefully we'll see you out in the park, mate. So all the best with the Hemi.
Thanks very much.
Good on you. Thanks for joining us on the Call of the Wild there.
Thanks for having us.
Randall Weeks and Brady Dorr pre-match here. As the final siren has gone, and it's Blackwood having a pretty convincing win in the reserves, a couple of goals, and also the wind there playing a factor, that's for sure, as Goldie slips back into the big chair. And of course, a bit breezy out here, that's for sure. Our Dartfish boys are doing it a little bit tough outside this afternoon, Goldie, with the wind. But
Oh. Got me pistols? Here I am. Yep. All right, the umpires are coming out on the ground now. Pistols, we always like to have a look at them before the match. We got, who we got today? Oh, some big names, and they're 3 Harndorf. You got me? Yep. Got 3 big names from Harndorf here. Dennis Raymond, Tim Knapstein and Rob Wild, who are doing the central umpiring. And boundary, we've got Hayden Knapstein, Baxter Raymond, Raymond Mollier and Chris Tanner. Go down the colo.
Here we are, guys, heading down to the ground. As we mentioned before, there's a very stiff breeze that could be coming through the microphone as we speak, and but no, the Lobethal Oval, the breeze is heading towards the old cricket nets corner, and it is quite stiff in that area. In the reserves games, there was plenty of goals kicked from 50 to 55 out to this end of the ground, and the game was quite close, and Blackwood run out winners by 10 points in the twos. Really looking forward to today's game. Been lucky enough to see Lobethal already early this year. They've improved a lot with the recruits that they have got on the park. We just obviously spoke to Brady Dorr. He's only going to make them stronger going forward, but really looking forward to today to see again Aidan Riley. He was an absolute standout in the first 2 weeks of Lobethal's season, and I'm sure he will take a power of stopping in the midfield. He is a beast. He's a big man, wins the hard contested footy, and gets a lot of it as well. Alex Giorgio holds down their defence. He's done a really good job coming back to Lobethal this year. A couple of others that I was quite impressed with early this year that have done well. Jack Osborne's obviously kicked some goals. Matty Fuller's done a really good job as well. Young Mitch Jenkin, only a young fella, just out of 18s, plays across half-back. I reckon he's got a big future, and he's really strong across that half-back line. Obviously, younger brother to Tim, who we well know. Good to see Cooper Skinner in the side today. Cooper's hasn't played A-grade yet this year, but is in the team today. So really looking forward to see how Lobethal fronts up. And as we turn to Blackwood, who have just run out on the park, Blackwood, just the unknown about Blackwood. I'm really interested to see how they go today. Obviously, the recruitment of a full forward was high on their agenda. We often last year said that they struggled to kick goals. Phil Hopton really carried the load for them up that end of the park, but Joel Aish at full forward kicked a stack of goals already this year, so really looking forward to see how he goes. And their normal engine room, Scott Bricknells, Ryan Anderson, Ryan Dykesman, those guys are very, very important to Blackwood's midfield and getting their hands on the footy. So really interested to see how they go. Ben McCready as well, plenty of league experience in those guys' bodies. So really looking forward to real windy conditions. The wind is, as we said, is heading to the old cricket nets pocket, and just doing the toss of the coin now behind me. Be an interesting toss to win, and I think Lobethal win the toss, and they're kicking with the breeze in the first quarter. It would have to be probably a 4 to 5 goal breeze, and I think that early they want to get their hands on the pill and get it forward as quick as they can. The one thing that I do worry about with Lobethal's forward line, they're going to need to get some speed around Big Osborne's feet. He can take a catch, but when the ball hits the deck, he can get left behind a little. So it'll be up to Blackwood's running game from their back half, and seeing if they can get that through the midfield and get to their forwards and give Aish a chance. So really looking forward to today's games, boys. For me, I'm going to go Lobethal. by probably 10 to 20, but really looking forward to it. So I'll cross back to you and the Dreammaker now.
Thanks very much there to Shane Collins, and great to have him back in the fold running the boundary. And, well, it's nice to see him not change his tip, because during the week I think he went for Lobie, as we do. And we'll just cross down and say good afternoon to Jaden J. Hill and the 500-man Indy Rogers. Good afternoon, boys.
Go Pistols, thanks boys. Great to be here at Lobie today. Very windy day here, but should be a great game between Lobethal and Blackwood. Go Indy, how you going, mate?
I'm going very well, thank you very much. It's a nice windy day here at Lobethal, and we're going to be tracking some individual players today as well. Jack Bampton and Aidan Riley from Lobethal, respectively. And what about Blackwood, Jaden?
Reece Spawn and McCready as well. So from Blackwood, and so here's some stats for you. So head-to-head between Lobethal and Blackwood. Blackwood since 2010, Blackwood 13 to Lobethal 7, and at Lobie since 2010, Blackwood 6 to Lobethal 4. It's actually been 791 days since Blackwood has beaten Lobie here, and it's been 2,067 days since Lobethal has beaten Blackwood in July. So there's a stat for you boys. The average margin between these two sides is 43.6, and only one game has been decided with 1 goal or less since 2010, which is 1 point. And 7 games have been decided with 50 points or more. So it could be a 6 or 7 goal margin here today, boys. With the wind, it might make it a bit harder. It might be closer to that 1 point margin back in 2016. So there you go, boys.
Thank you very much to Jaden and Indy, and of course you can probably hear the strength of the wind there in the background. Goldie?
You've got a bit of a stat here, Pistols. We've talked about it over the last week. Joel H, of course, playing forward for Blackwood today. In the 5 matches he's played against Lobethal, he's kicked 41 goals, so averaging 8 goals a game against Lobethal. So he'll be important, obviously, today for the Woods.
Certainly will. And as we said, looking forward to our first look at Blackwood this season. Of course, pushed Harndorf last week after beating Mount Lofty in the first round. Couple of new faces, returning faces. Jesse Watchman back after 2 years in the Great Southern with McLaren. Also Daniel Bennett was on York Peninsula last year. And also Evan Johnson, a new recruit from North Gippsland.
Just on Jesse Watchman, he's starting deep forward.
Okay, we're away. Round 3 action. Call of the Wild taken there by sweeping handball out there by Lobethal. Riley was involved as they got the ball out there. I think it was Huxter coming to meet it there. Blackwood defender and Becerra, I think it was.
Yep.
Coughs it up. Scramby opening passage of play. Ball comes out here to Nitsky, the veteran. Handballs it out wide. Finally the ball moving forward here for Blackwood. Here's a chance I'll cleverly tap forward there.
Here's a go.
Can he gain control? Stepping there's Giorgio, former Nord and Melbourne defender, and he holds it up.
Another player there, Pistols, got into the play early. It's Harry Viney, very good midfielder for Lobethal, and a couple of quick touches early for him.
Of course, nephew of the great man Todd Viney. Scramble the packet centre-half forward for Blackwood as they go towards the Tweedvale entrance, end of the ground. And umpire Timmy Napstein
just those umpires again, Pistols, all Harndorf flavour. Dennis Raymond, Tim Napstein and Rob Wild.
So 3 of our most experienced umpires. The tap down there came from Watchman. Locked up again at ground level, so once again a ball up.
We've got a comment here, Pistols, on the YouTube feed. Just a reminder, hillsfooty.com or the Hills Football League Facebook page. Leonie Wilmer, she says it's great to be able to watch, and she's saying go the Woods.
Leonie Wilmer, so I think it is.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Well,
Wilmer, yes.
Yep.
Nice to have you on board as the ball comes out here. Scott Bricknell breaks away, gets a clearing handball in there, finds Benny McCready, goes towards the cricket pitch area, bouncing ball. It'll be Matt Tuck, the fryer, goes to ground under pressure there from Lobethal skipper and Fisher, and there'll be a ball up right in the middle of the ground, and we've just ticked over 90 seconds here on the Call of the Wild.
Both ruckman, Jan Warbert and Henry Voigt going at it, and that looks like Aidan Riley around the action, as you'd expect all day. Dennis Raymond will take the ball here, the officiating umpire, along with Rob Wild and Tim Napstein today. So
interesting that the coach has put himself forward for Lobethal. He's starting out of the forward pocket, Matt Fuller.
So right in the middle of the oval, Nitschke handballs out the back cleverly, finds a teammate in Pring, couldn't quite pick it up, and Dykesman's wrapped up in the tackle, the captain this year for Blackwood.
I think Pring's had a bit of the peroxide, boy. Every week we've had a blonde bombshell in the teams, that's for sure. Warbert got the ball
thrown
down,
out of it.
Bundled out there was McCready and gets the free kick. Umpire Raymond picking that as he was just ragdoll out there, deciding what he'll do. Goes on the left towards the lead out there, and a good mark taken out there
Yeah,
wide.
just a couple more
Looks
comments
like
here.
might be
Pistols.
respawn. Sorry, Goldie.
We'll get to comments shortly. Kick
Spawn with a
inside
long
50.
kick to the top of the square. Nick's got his hands to it. Here's a chance here. Gets the ball back to Johnson,
play.
the new recruit. Sells a bit of candy. There's a
in.
shot. And the Sale City boy says, welcome to Lobethal Oval with a great opening goal for the Woods. They lead 1 goal. Lobethal yet to score. 3 minutes gone.
Joel
Yeah,
Lation
some really good spread there from Blackwood. Joel Lash led up at that footy, was really strong at the ball. Great handball out in front. And I'm actually looking forward to this contest out on this outer wing. A couple of weeks ago when I seen Lobethal, I was really impressed with young Cooper Luke playing out in the wing here, standing Evan Johnson, who just kicked that first goal. So 2 young fellas, and I'm really looking forward to that battle with Johnson getting that early goal for Blackwood.
So Sharia Osborne, she says she's watching from Tasmania. Great to see the game. And Lucy Osborne says, hi, Mum, I'm in Melbourne. So there you go.
The Osborne family getting involved.
So back in the middle.
And of course, Goldie, how do they get involved?
Oh, yeah, Hills Football League Facebook page. Go to hillsfooty.com and go to the YouTube link. Here's a chance for the Woods once again, doing nicely. Click forward by Tuck towards centre-half forward. They've got some tall timber down here, the Woods. One of them's Hopton, brings it to ground level. Good work from the Tigers' defence. Hold the ball up there. And the Cooper Luke, as you're talking about Pistols. Talented cricketer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. Man for all seasons. So Warbutt, Voigt, they'll all draw as ball comes down. I've fisted forward again by Voigt, but in the meantime, umpire Napstein is playing the Acme Thunderer. Looks like a free kick to be taken by Spawn. Puts the ball forward for the Woods. Lumbering out there was Watchman. He goes to ground under pressure. Well played, Tigers. Good defensive work. Feeding the ball out here along the King wing area with the broadcasters. Bouncing ball right in front of the Dreammaker. In fact, it's out over the line and out of bounds. So
Early days, boys. The Lobie Tigers have got to do better at stoppages. They're getting smashed at the stoppages so far. Blackwood are doing a really good job with their stoppage wins and then spreading.
So right in front of us be Warbutt for the Woods against Henry Voigt, sporting the headband there. A bit of Bjorn Borg work there, Goldie.
Yeah.
He's bundled out over the back of the pack, taken there, crashing
Another
through
one.
as Anderson's coach. And looks like Warbutt has actually been paid a infringement and ruck. So the big former basketball take the free kick.
Yep.
Or handball.
Goes to Johnson. Homburg used to wear that number, of course. On the half-back flank is Waldron. Wheels around on the left boot, kicks it towards centre wing. Here's McCready. He's been
Started
involved
well.
early.
Yep.
Good mark. I think it's another left-footer here. Blackwood got quite a number of left-footers over the years. Oh, that's a shanky shank. Goes to Netschke for Tigers. Can they generate some run? Cooper Luke picks it up, bursts his way through. Lovely work. Colo like that. Lovely spot up to Bampton with the helmet on, looking for a teammate running. Pring over the top to O'Reilly. Didn't quite hit the target with the handball. And the Woods hold it up across the half-back line or throw.
Oh, legal disposal.
So the Tigers through Pring will kick the ball forward. He's pretty easy to see this year, Pistols.
Yeah, it kicks it long towards the big man, and Osborne got a hand to it, but out over the bounds. And
Oh,
no,
no.
it's still in. Well done. Cleverly kept it in, got it back there towards a teammate in Hop. Good, but the Woods bring it out defensively.
Oh,
Tipped the ball instead. Intercepted there by McWaters. Bouncing ball, fisted forward by
Johnson.
Johnson, the new recruit. Handballed out there by Harry Viney.
Tim
Finally a
Jenkins
shot.
kick
Timmy
forward.
Jenkins
There
towards
we
the top
go.
of the square, and the big man puts up the Dukes and takes a strong mark. So he'd be some 20 metres out, dead in front, as Lobie going towards the scoreboard in this opening term, and Goldie the national flag on top of the scoreboard, buying pretty well, and also the Pope chimney
it
here
is
is
definitely going that way, isn't it, Colo? The wind?
Yeah, absolutely. Heading into this left-hand forward pocket here.
So Osborne virtually point blank range, straight out in front, makes no mistakes. So 6.5 minutes gone, all tied up here in the quarter wild. It's Blackwood 1 straight, Lobethal 1 straight here on Hills Footy Media.
Yeah, we said Evan Johnson, he kicked the first goal of the game. He just probably want that 30 seconds back. Kicking into the breeze, he's tried to chip the ball back through the middle of the ground, opened it up, the ball was intercepted. He got another chance, he could have taken possession, and instead he punched the ball back to the middle of the ground. Timmy Jenkins, he just eats that up and then hits the top of the square. That's the sort of footy Lobethal will want. They'll give their big fella a chance, one out in the square. They're going to be damn hard to beat.
So back in the middle, Rob Wild will throw the ball up. Ruckman will go at it. Voigt versus Warbutt. Warbutt won that one down, but the opposing Ruckman kicks it towards the half-forward line. There's that breeze pushing it out towards the pocket. Fisher was the target. Goes and gets his own work. Snaps it forward. Who's down there? Well, Osborne's the target, and it's gone out towards the boundary line, and that time it's gone out of bounds just in front of the canteen.
Big job for McCarthy down there, isn't it, lads?
Bennett's, I think, 36.
It is too, sorry, Bennett's. Yep.
That's okay, yeah, Daniel Bennett.
Back at the club this year.
Club, yeah, from Drossen last year. So throw in. Warbett doing the ruck work against Fisher. Ball comes down in front of the barbecue Pope area. Close to the boundary line. In fact, that there's a bundled over the line there. Little Jack Andrew Bampton getting involved with a tackle. So right in front of the barbecue area, we'll have a ball.
Best in Ferris last year, is that right, Pistols?
Absolutely,
Jack
little Jack.
Bampton?
Yes. Of course, been working hard in the pre-season. So Warbett gets it down to a teammate. Taking that could be Baldacera, I think, close to the boundary line. In the distance, close to the boundary line. In fact, in the end, it does go over the line as I think the umpire was coming the ball up, but the boundary academy boy got in first. So once again, we'll have a throw-in right in front of the chicken barbecue area. So it'll be Fisher versus Warbett, the two big men. Warbett backhands it down. Doing Nitsky on hands and knees. Ball flicked out here for the Woods.
Here we go. Ooh.
So
Osborne.
spotted by Osborne.
Well done.
There's a chance here for Netsky.
Brilliant.
I tell you what, Jack Osborne, Shane Collins setting up with a great smother there.
Yeah, it was just some poor decision making in the back half by Blackwood, just overplaying it there and trying to be a bit too pretty. But Lukey Nitsky, he started really well. He's playing a bit more like his Guernsey number rather than his age. He's got plenty of the ball early and a very good player for Lobethal over many, many years.
So in the middle, looks like Tim Jenkin. I think Matt Fuller's in there. Also Jack
Interesting to see the Lobethal swap their wings too. Cooper Luke's now gone to the other side of the ground and Jake Allwright's come to this wing on Johnson.
McCready's in there. Jan Warbett in the ruck still. And also Liam McCarthy.
Well, we did hear Randall Weeks say 3 to 4 goal advantage in this first term. So Blackwood doing well at the moment, 2-1.
So Warbett just waiting for the ball. Just blown.
Probably ended up at
blown
Balhana.
down.
Good thing about the breeze today, boy. The chimney's no problem. She's the chimney's not smoking on the oval and taking everyone's breath away.
We don't mind the wind, Shane, as long as the rain holds off.
Oh yeah, you can stick the wind too if you like.
Warbett won that one down, but Fuller straight
well
to the
done.
middle. Gets Dosey Doe gets onto his right. Lovely kick, penetrating long over the top of Osborne. I tell you what, it's gone all the way. Oh, that's the breeze that it's worked there, and that was brilliant work from Fuller. I thought he was going to go on his left. He went on his right and nailed the goal there, Colo.
Yeah, he's kicked that from probably 10 metres inside the square, so the breeze has done a perfect job there. I'd said earlier about the stoppages. Lobethal have got back on top now. I think 3 of the last 4 they've won, and now the scoreboard's starting to tick over. So Blackwood have got to get back in control of that stoppage work and get the ball in their hands.
Great leadership by the coach, I suggest. Booming kick, of course, spent some time on the Western Doggies list, but also, of course, past Nord, best and fairest.
I reckon he's swapping with Viney too, boys. Viney's gone forward.
So back in the centre, Warbett versus Voigt. Voigt got it down, taken by the tractor. Timmy Jen goes bang up forward. Got his hands to it there. It was Viney. Ball comes to ground, shoveled out here. Waldron's in there for the Woods.
Raymond's called a free kick here.
Dennis Raymond, free kick's going to be
just got some more comments here, Pistols. Peter Humphreys, he's watching. Looking forward to seeing the umpires today.
As you puts it out here in direction of Junior Jenkin.
And Peter Riley. The Rileys are listening too. Cherie and Lucy from Wollongong. So they're obviously tuned in, having a watch at Aiden there.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Good to see Aussie rules followed in Wollongong, boys.
Yeah. 3 goals to Tigers. Blackwood first goal of the match. So Tigers have certainly settled. Boundary throw in. Voigt grabs it straight out of the ruck and kicks it towards us. So just another boundary throw in here. Voigt versus Warbett in ruck. Jenkins around the area. Bampton, McCarthy. Of course, won a under 18 best and fairest in a couple of years ago. Here he is now. Oh, he's wrapped up by 2 Tigers. And Napstein says holding the ball.
And the little Jack Andrew Bampton. So no way to move there for McCarthy. So he coughed the ball up.
Oh,
the
he's
resultant free kick there. Bampton gives it to Jenkins. Oh, bit of byplay behind the play. Comes back to Nitsky. Once again, a chain of handballs. Misses Huckstar. Intercept there for Blackwood. Finally mopped up there by Giorgio. Gets a kick up forward. And, spilled out there by Turpin. Good enough to get out of trouble, though. Chips it forward, finds the leader, the skipper, and Fisher right in front of the kiosk area, the canteen area, just down from the Zilla Pavilion.
Kicked 21 goals last year, Pistols.
Yeah, was the leading goal kicker. And also Josh Sewer, who's not playing this afternoon, second best. So they're missing a few goal kicking power, but Fisher. So tucked right in front of the canteen. Take his best kick.
the king
With the wind though. Sets it on its way.
just pushed
Finally pushes wide. So first minor score of the game. Lobethal 3-1. Blackwood 1 straight. 12.5 minutes gone. First term. Call to Wild.
Blackwood's defence is under a lot of pressure already, isn't it, with the breeze? And it's quite interesting. Lobethal is still leading up and leading towards the footy, even though the breeze is in their favour.
Bricknell will bring the ball in here for Blackwood. Best on ground in the grand final 2017 at this ground. Played against Darcy Hourigan that day.
Great kick.
Finds Dykesman, the captain, on the half-back flank with Jake Allright on the mark. Little short pass over the top. Off goes Benson. Oh, gets around one Tiger, two Tigers, goes back under pressure now. Here come brute strength there. That was a crunching hip and shoulder. I think that was Cooper Luke.
Jimmy Catford not well after that one. Goldie as Voigt drives him forward towards the big man. Osmond lumbers out, puts up the Duke, spills it. In there is Bennett. Grabbed there by Viney. He goes to ground. Finally, the free looks like it's been paid. Bit of push and shove behind the play there. And a free kick being paid there to Blackwood.
Yep, the Woods move it on.
Dunn gets across the ball. DeSera gets a quick kick up in the King wing and right in front of Dreammaker, and the wind has caught that and taken that over the line. But yeah, perhaps Benson trying to do a little bit too much here, and geez, teammate Catford certainly worried. He's still sucking into big ones there.
Sean McWaters onto the left boot, kicks it towards the centre half forward. Turpin's the target against a couple of Blackwood players. Oh, barging his way through is Riley, has a flying shot at goal and goes through out of bounds on the full.
So Shane Collins, as we called Lobethal, just consistently pushing forward at the moment. The Woods defence in a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and they're making some poor decisions with the footy. They just need to calm down, slow it down. Like McCready's done here, perfect. That's what they've got to do, just slow down, keep the ball in hand. Don't give Lobethal a lot of time with the footy in their hands.
Tips it up to Benson. That's better use as he delivers a lace-out pass to Catford. So that's better than the last time they combined. So Jimmy Catford returned into the fray after a year off travelling overseas, I believe. Puts the ball up, holds off in the wind. Hopton goes to ground, allows Mitchy Jenkin to chip in and take a mark here. So Triple J, Junior Jenkin. He'll put it in long, over by the wind. Oh, it could have been a push out there. It was. Yep. Fuller just infringing on Matty Waldron and umpire Raymond right on the spot to see that. So Matty Waldron, who's carved a pretty successful career as a junior coach, Goldie, for the Woods.
Certainly. Interleague coach last year as well with Michael Tudor. So Waldron on the left boot kicks it towards the wing area. Warbit's the target. Voigt slapped it out towards Nitschke. Coming through was McWaters as well, but Nitschke's wrapped up by a couple of Woods.
That play there is actually a better result. The last time they come forward, the big fella Warbit got on a big long lead. He needs to just park himself near the wing and get stoppages or take marks.
Quick kick forward by Benson, close to the line. In fact, the wind has caught it and taken it over the line further up the King wing. So half-back flank area, although it must have been touched off the boot. My apologies. So we'll have a ruck throw in between wing and half forward. So it'd be Warbit. The big yarn. Do ruck work against Voigt. Orbit gets it down. Benson trying to find the ball. Spinning out the pack there was Johnson. Toe pokes it forward. Here's a chance for Pring.
Dropped it.
He's a legal disposal, so the free kick to be taken here by Johnson, who's been pretty impressive. The Sale City boy.
Had the long sleeve on and now he's got the short sleeve on. Made a quick change with the last goal. Kicks it inside 50 for the Woods. They've got tall targets down there this year. A few of them put it up, slap forward. In a dangerous position here for Blackwood. Here's a chance for Hopton. Got a kick away. Good smother from the Tigers defender there. And it's held up about 15 metres out from Blackwood's goal.
Good result for the Woods. Hold the ball in there. They just need to make sure that Lobie don't exit.
Good work there by Giorgio. Of course, plenty of experience in defence there, holding up that attack. So ruck duel. Watchman hooks it down. Nearly smothered there by Betts, and I think he gets a handball out there. Oh, good strong tackle applied there by Badco, I think it is, in the pocket. Ball will result. So it's Lobethal Tigers 3-1, Blackwood 1 straight, 16.5 minutes gone first term on the call wild. Trust you're enjoying it worldwide, close to the boundary line, scrimmaging pack, and finally the ball forced over the boundary line.
We've gone how many minutes, Pistol? 17 minutes in the opening quarter. We'll go to Jaden and Indy shortly for some stats. So boundary throw in, it's 3 goals, 1 Lobethal, Blackwood, 1 goal. Inside the Woods attacking 50. Trying to clear the ball there was the Tigers. McCarthy stripped of it, and that's the way umpire Wild saw it. So it's a free kick here for the Tigers, half-back flank. And they go out to Tim Jenkin, who looked to run it here, Pistols.
Yeah, the tractor. gets across to a teammate there, drives it long, could have been McWalters, but only he's far down the ground, and a tumbling mark taken here by Matty Waldron for the Blackwood Football Club. So half-back flank area, just in front of the Dreammaker here, situated on the King Wing here at Lobethal Oval. Oh, a bit of a mung kick up the line.
Well done.
Trapped there by Oric, gets across to Timmy Jenkins, goes a sweeping handball back here to McWaters. The former York Peninsula boy bounces the ball. Here's Big Jack.
Oh, clever.
Cleverly taps it.
Clever.
Cleverly taps it to Viney. Viney just strolls into goal. And Jack Osborne, take a bow.
A bit of showtime there. Jaden.
The stats here, boys. So 20 kicks to Blackwood. Unfortunately, they're not as direct as I would like them. And they've also had 16 handballs and 7 marks and 6 forward 50s. Indy, your stats, mate?
Well, Lobethal with some similar stats, 24 kicks to 17 handballs. It's not much of a difference, but really, key word is pressure for Lobethal. 19 tackles. They've been outstanding applying pressure to the Blackwood.
Compared to 14 tackles for Blackwood.
2 goal assists to Jack Osborne
Yep.
in the first quarter.
I said they've kicked 4 goals. He's kicked 1. He's assisted the other 2, and of course, followed that long bomb. So Big Jack certainly a presence up forward.
Yeah,
Jack.
he is, isn't he? He's going to be hard to stop. And they don't look like they've got anyone physically that can nearly go with him. He's too big and strong, but the win just showed there for Matty Waldron. It's damn hard to kick into it, so caused an area, a good turnover and goal.
So ball comes in, Tuck feeds out a handball out wide, taken by Johnson.
Oh, off he
Former
goes.
Gibson boy has a bounce. Then the kick, a bit wobbly in the wind.
Nice
and
mark.
good defensive mark taken back there by Mitchie Jenkins.
He started well, me boy.
So Jenkins, he'll come to the King Wing side, gets across here to the veteran and Nitsky. Nitsky handballs up
Here we
to
go.
Jenkins. T. Jenkins.
Here we go.
He goes up the line here. Here's the target coming limber out. It's Fisher.
Oh, slips catch.
That's a great slips catch, similar to what you used to take Colo for the Cavaliers back in the day. So drives it long forward. Getting back there will be Bricknell. So Scotty Bricknell taking a mark there, deep in the back lines.
So Bricknell, perfect conditions here from Lobethal. Kick out towards the half-back flank. Is that Ryan Anderson? He's looking for options here. Hopton's led up deep.
Just no options for him, is there?
None. Goes out towards Hopton. It'll be Nitschke versus Hopton here on the wing. Nitschke, and he's quite happy to see that one out of bounds, so they'll reload here. And it'll be a boundary throw-in just in front of the broadcasting van here. We've gone 20 minutes in the opening quarter here from Lobethal. It's the Lobethal Tigers, the last 4 goals of the match. They lead 4-1, Blackwood 1 goal.
So Hopton do ruck duties against Cooper Skinner. Skinner got it down, taken by Riley. Aidan Riley sort of buys some time, goes backwards to Nitsky. He quickly nurses a left foot up the line, but chipping in and taking the mark is Coach Anderson for the Woods. He drives the ball back from whence it came. Come lumbering out there was Zanitsky, stood his ground, brings the ball to ground. Good fight there on the ground for
Good work, Catford.
Black by Jimmy Catford. And has he won a free kick? No, he's trying to milk one off by Raymond there, and he says, I'm not having that, son, give us the ball back. So, yeah, entertaining game so far at the moment. Blackwood Lobethal made the most of their opportunities. Ball bundled out there. Tuck was involved. Was he grabbed? Yes, he was, says the umpire. So Matt Tuck elevated the leadership group this year. Goldie, as the vice captain, will take the resultant free kick, wing area for Blackwood.
Normally has the long shorts, Eddie Betts style, but he's got the short ones here.
It's got the long jumper today.
Goes a short pass towards Hopton. He's got Anderson running through him in the cricket pitch. Oh, he's hit the deck in the sand
Replace your
here.
divot.
Goodness gracious, Hopton gathers the ball back, goes to Johnson. Geez, he's got to his feet there, Anderson, but tripped
That's a
over in
great
the
tackle.
middle of the
I
oval.
tell you, that invisible man bobs up once a match, doesn't he?
Good tackle by Nathan Dunn there. Lobie were off and gone, but that was a great tackle.
Knee in the back.
Yeah, but it was up high there was, yeah. Anyway, Blackwood player down. We'll just watch that. Streaming out of the fence there was Fuller. Handballs on the Kai Turpin. He's got time to steady himself. Heads towards goal. The wind assisted. Will it bring it back? No. Just through for a minor score. So Lobethal 4-2 leading Blackwood 1 straight. 21.5 minutes gone. Call to Wild here on Hills Footy Media.
Yep. Free-flowing football. 22 minutes gone, as Pistols said. 4-2 Lobethal, or 4-1 to Blackwood, 1 goal. So Zatto takes the kick in, kicks it to a dangerous position. Turpin, Jack Bampton got a clearing kick into a position. Here's a chance. Is it Cooper Luke?
Yeah, around the corner. Cooper Luke just missing.
Snaps a point. So Lobethal are pressing here. Inside 50s, lads. We got the inside 50s there. Jaden?
Inside 50s here for Blackwood is 8, Indy, Lobethal.
And 13 to Lobethal, so clearly some of that pressure giving them a bit more ground dominance.
So Baldacera brings the ball back in. looking for Big Warbit, but chipping in front as the ball dropped short was Voigt. That was Bennett who went off in that clash. Goldie early for Blackwood, so he's just spending a bit of time. Ball comes in off Baldessera's head. Here's a chance for Tuck. He's under pressure, gets towards Bricknell. He's got 2 to beat. Sockers at 4, but standing his ground is Huckster for the Tigers. Tips it out wide, but getting back there and taking the mark.
He's been good.
It's Johnson, Evan Johnson, the West Gippsland boy, wastes no time. Goes a short little dodgy kick. Tuck tries to claim 10 metres. No, says the umpire. This way, that way. Gets it back here to a teammate. Getting a quick kick away there was Dunn.
Oh, good pressure.
Intercepted here by the Tigers.
Oh,
Called by Colo. And you see the pressure. Oh, great dive on the ball there by Oric. I think
Couple of Tigers are loose here in the middle.
Ball comes out the back here to Jenkins. High kick in front of the Zilla
I don't know
Pavilion.
where Blackwood's defenders are gone.
Bouncing ball. Cleverly tapped towards the line. Finally over the line and just relieves the pressure for Black. But there's called there, Colo, certainly under siege.
There's 3 Lobethal players inside 50 standing all on their own there. They were lucky that ball went out of bounds, but Lobethal's pressure's been really intense. Sort of after the first 5 or 6 minutes, they've really picked it up and the scoreboard reflects that.
Boundary throwing inside 50. Looks like Cooper Skinner's in the forward line now for the Tigers. Meantime, ball is about 50 metres out from their goal. They're kicking towards, well, the wind-assisted.
Push a Chubb McCready just stirring up, and Riley in there, as you'd expect.
Scoreboard end. They're 4-3 Lobethal, Blackwood 1 goal. Oh, bit of a mistake here, the Woods. They keep it in, though. So it's a dangerous position, directly in front for Lobethal, pressing here.
So quite right, goal about 35 metres out from the Lobethal goal, taken by Warbit. Ball comes out, finally the big man gets a high kick away to hold up in the breeze. Hopton got his hands on it, comes down to the Oric, gets out the pring, long sweeping handball there to Joe Zatto.
Normally
this
dangerous.
Way, that way, gets it back to Pring. Oh, he coughs it up under pressure. Good pressure applied there.
Gone.
By Benson, so a waste opportunity there, but good work by Benson to hold up.
So Benson, right half back for Blackwood, will probably kick it past us in the van. No, he won't. Goes with a short pass. Finds a teammate there in Mark Reynolds.
Most experienced Blackwood player there, Goldie, 156 games today.
Left boot towards us in the broadcasting area. Off hands, McCready onto his left boot, kicks it into space. Going out towards the boundary line, and that's where it's gone.
Huckster wearing
that's better.
Spawn
That was
pretty
better from the Woods there, boys. Just slow it down a little bit, stay to the boundary, get their big fellas out wide and give them a real strong contest.
So Hopton and Voigt to do battle from the boundary throw in. Hopton wins front position. Voigt got his hands to it though. Ball comes down to Dykesman, gets it back here to Reynolds. He's held up, got it back to Dykesman in the 1-2. High kick close to boundary on the wind. It's caught that.
That's out of bounds.
Out of bounds on the 4. It's nearly in the main street of Tweedville there, and Timmy Jenkins to take the resultant free kick. So past skipper, of course, past best and fairest.
Fitness coach.
And perennial runner-up in the male medal. So Timmy Jenkins wastes no time, runs around the arc, sets it up high towards the wing area. Pack sets it, so Baldessera got his hands to it, spilled it. McCready good at ground level, ragdolled on the ground by Nitsky, ball held in there, so good work. And umpire Napstan.
That's 2 from Baldessera this quarter. He's just got to wrap his hands around them and hold on to them.
So Warbit versus Voigt in ruck. Just a few stoppages now. Both sides take a bit of a breather as we head towards the 26-minute mark. So not long to go in this first term. 4 goals for the Tigers. One of those kicked by Osborne, and he set up a couple more as well.
Good strong tackle by Oric there on Spawn, and you can probably hear the strength of the wind in their broadcast monitors there. Oh, smothered kick by Nitsky. Dykesman at ground level.
Chicken leg.
That's holding
the ball as he pulled it in, so yeah. Good work there by Viney, because as we said, nephew of Toddy Viney, the Melbourne and Sturt great. Sets it up high. Lumriad's Cooper Skinner.
Oh, push out against Osborne.
Push out, yep. Push out. Looks like it's going to go back to Matty Waldron. So
goal kickers pistols in the first term. Osborne, Nitschke, Fuller and Viney and Johnson for Blackwood. And that's quarter time. 4-3 Lobethal, Blackwood 1 goal.
So the end of an entertaining first term there. That's got, he said, 4-3 to 1 goal.
And we might go to Jaden and Indy just with some stats. Lads, if you'd like to just have a look at the tally there. You've got the iPads out and whatnot.
Cheers, Goldie. So 33 kicks there for Blackwood in that quarter, 22 handballs and 14 marks and 8 inside 50s there. They had 25 tackles. Their pressure did drop off in the mid part of that quarter, but then it slowly got their pressure going again, and they've had 7 ruck taps as well and 2 centre clearances as well. So hopefully they can hit the scoreboard a bit more. Blackwood, Indy, your thoughts on the game, mate?
Well, we look at the basic stats here, and only 39 kicks to Lobethal and 24 handballs, so they've got the advantage, but it's not a massive difference. Really, with the game's getting one at the moment, 28 tackles for Lobethal. You can see the pressure being applied, and it's really winning them the ball and giving them those opportunities, and 18 inside 50s is just the cherry on top, boys.
And also, here's some comparisons. So, especially the opposite. So, Lobethal scored 27 points in that quarter, and Blackwood averaged 27 points against Lobethal in the first quarter. And Blackwood scored 1 goal, 6 points, and Lobethal usually score only 1 goal in the first quarter. So, especially the opposite there, boys. So, there you go.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Dallas. And so just a reminder, the score is Lobethal 4 goals, 3, Blackwood 1 goal. Of course, Lobethal looking for their 3rd win to start the season. Last time they won 2 on the trot to start the season was 2014 Pistols when they made the preliminary final. So good start for them in this match. Last 2 matches, actually, they've started all guns blazing in the opening round against Onkers and last week against Uradler. So continuing the trend there as we'll go around the ground very, very shortly. Just a reminder who our umpires are today. Dennis Raymond, Tim Napstein and Rob Wild. Hayden Napstein, Baxter Raymond are the boundary, and Raymond Mollier and Chris Tanner are the goal umpires. Pistols here from Lobethal.
Yes, of course, you're enjoying the Hills Footy media call of the Wild on hillsfooty.com. Get involved.
Hills Football League Facebook page, hillsfooty.com, and YouTube. Take us through to the link. We've got some good comments going on.
So, Wollongong, Tasmania tuning in. So,
yep. Just
fantastic.
To let you know, Cherie Osborne commented in, Lucy Osborne, Leonie. Yeah, so good stuff. And looks like Aidan Riley's got some family watching as well.
Fantastic. Of course, coming to you through those wonderful supporters of Hills Footy Media, Sports Interactive, Mortgage Choice, Dartfish, Jarrett, Nissan, Business Plaza, Adelaide Star Buses, and Chris Shaw Accounting, as they say, Goldie, good people to deal with. So
very much so.
So, as we said, an entertaining start to this game, and the Tigers 4-3 leading Blackwood 1 straight. And as Goldie said, goals, Osborne, Nitsky, Fuller and Viney, but Osborne having a role with a very good smother and also a clever tap in 2 of those other goals. And Johnson, Evan Johnson, the former North Gippsland boy, is the first, the only goal kicker for Blackwood at the moment. Is
Robbie Sherwood, media manager. What are your thoughts out there? You got the beanie on, the gloves.
You look like Scott from the South Pole there.
It's freezing. As the Colonel would say, it's freezing.
But
keep up the good call, boys.
Good start
really
by Lobie.
Oh, mate, impressive, aren't they? Geez, they're big. You don't realise how big they are, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see now. Blackwood got the use of the breeze, so yeah, let's hope they can even it up by half time. So we'll get
and
a
of course,
finish.
you must be very happy going gangbusters during the week with the views. Hills Footy unplugged.
Oh, mate, yeah, fantastic. Wasn't it good having Darson
and Callum on? Just the cold heroes.
Clubland, didn't it? So yeah, hopefully we'll get more of that happening during the year as well. So good stuff. Keep it up, boys.
Righto, Robbie Sherwood there as we wait for Shane Collins, who was out at the quarter-time huddles from both sides, judging what's going on. So Ryan Anderson, he wouldn't be entirely unhappy about that. Only the 3 goals, but as we said, it's perhaps 4 to 5 goals. Around the weeks, the Lobethal president said 3 to 4, but I think it's lifted a bit if you look at the Australian national flag. They're blowing pretty strongly on top of the scoreboard. So Blackwood having an advantage of the wind. It's, Shane Collins has returned from places far unknown. So, Shane, quarter time, what's going on?
Yes, long run back into the breeze, I tell you. So, excuse the puffing, although I'm such an athlete. Quite interesting. Lobethal, as I thought, they spoke about lowering their eyes, slowing the play down, exactly what we expected Blackwood to do a little bit of. Quite interesting there. They split into their groups. Obviously, important thing about leadership in that now is it doesn't matter who it is, you've got to have your say. And Mitch Jenkin having a really good say with the back line about some things they need to sharpen up on. But really interested to see how Blackwood go here. They need to get back on top at the stoppage and make sure they get that ball into that forward 50 quickly.
Pistols, Harndorf 2-5, Mount Lofty 1-2 at quarter time. You got any others there? Oh, we'll go straight into the middle now. We're right into it. Rob Wild will throw the ball up. Just a reminder, Lobethal leading 4-3, Blackwood 1 goal. So Blackwood assisted by the Breeze in the second term, but it's the Tigers moving the ball forward, out towards the half-forward flank. Fisher was the target. A couple of Blackwood players, though, mopping up here, kicking into the middle of the ground. Waldron's the target. It's going over the top of his head. Kick forward by Cooper Luke. Spots up a teammate there and Jack Bampton with the helmet on. Right half-forward flank. So Osborne... He looks like he's the target once again. Oh, goes to Timmy Jenkins. Usually uses the ball from this position quite well, and that's no exception. Beautiful kick, finds Osborne. He's dropped it. Should have taken that one. And Blackwood will clear the ball out, but it'll come back in here because Huxter takes the mark for the Tigers.
Huxter inside the centre square, chips it out wide. He's got a team out there, and Pring, who's drifted forward with the blonde hair and the sleeves. So Pring sets it up towards the top of the goal. Osborne territory, and I tell you what, he got rid of Bennett's pretty easy that time, and well, the bulk and the big man just stood there and took it.
See the difference already, boys. Lobethal with the footy going into the Breeze. They're going low, they're going slow. Their skill work's a lot cleaner, and then they just send it in long and give Osborne a big chance right in front of the sticks, and he's going to be damn hard to beat.
So the Tigers lead by 21 points at quarter time. They've got a chance to extend that. They certainly has, as Osborne kicks a goal in the first 90 seconds of the second term. So Tigers stretch it out to 27 points as they lead 5-3 to 1 straight here in the Valley of Praise. Trust you're enjoying today's Call of the Wild.
10 goals he's kicked for the year. Is that right, Pistols? Jack Osborne?
Yep, Jack Osborne, leading goal kicker for him at the moment.
You go.
Just going around the grounds, call of the time. Nan Bremer 4-3, Uraida Districts 2 behinds. As we said, Harndorf 2-5, Mount Lofty 1-2, and in the country division, Kersbrook 4-1, leading Burwood 2-1. So perhaps your old team about to break the ice this time, Collar. I don't know if you picked them during the week. I don't think you had the faith in them. No. But anyway, back in the middle, ball comes out here, grabbed here by Spawn. Handball forward, Matt Tuck working hard there, grabs the ball. Looks away for a handball, finally got to a teammate, gets it out wide here. Bouncing ball. Clever kick around the corner for Blackwood, bouncing ball once again over the head of Jenkins. Coming to me to be Mitch Jenkins. He's got his brother out here in Tim, where he directs a handball to, but Tim just steps over the line there rather casually. Probably happy to see the boundary line there, Colo.
Yeah, and Blackwood have just got to hit some targets going forward. Their skill work's just not at the level of Lobethal at the moment, and that's costing them.
So throw in, big Warbit. Ball falls short, taken by Riley, gets a kick up the wing area. Here's a chance, Bricknell versus Zaddo. Ball comes to ground, Zaddo looks support, feeds the ball out here towards Fisher. Taken in there, also working hard for the Tigers was Dylan Hopgood. He's held up in a tackle by Baldacera for Blackwood, so umpire Wild will come in and ball up. So Warbit, Voigt, Warbit actually controls the ball, then gets a handball out, tapped forward by Spawn, comes back out here towards McCready. Oh, he bounces off Huxter. Ball comes out cleverly done by Luke. Finally, Blackwood get it to the Hopton. He gets a clearing.
Here we go.
To the skipper, Dykes, he's got time to steady.
Probably could have kept running.
Shots towards goal. Yes, as Goldie said, he could have run another 20 metres, but his kick is sprayed offline through for a minor score. Blackwood's first. They're 1-1. Lobethal 5-3. 3.5 minutes gone. Second term call to Wild.
Really need to finish them. He rolled the dice. Lobethal were in a 50-50 chance. His opponent ran off to win the contested ball. He stood off. Got the Blackwood good enough to win the footy. He really needs to punish him by kicking those goals.
Giorgio brings the ball back in for the Tigers. Kicks it towards the half-back flank. Fisher.
Spot.
Front position. Nice work there as called by Colo from Nitschke. Out towards the boundary line. Voigt corralling opponent there for Blackwood, which was Mark Reynolds.
156 games, Goldie, the most experienced woodsman out there.
Left half forward for the Woods. Huxter goes to Tim Jenkins over the top, and it's gone out of bounds.
So looks like the new pavilion, boys, since we were here last time. Probably the.
You might get a shot at that.
Yes, could be the King King Pavilion. I mean, we've got the King Design and Construction sign over by the canteen. We've got the King Wing. We've got the King Shed as the ball comes out here to Timmy Jenkins. The tractor drives it up forward, getting back there be Bennett. So I got his hands to it. Ball comes down, taken by Badco. Gets a quick kick away in direction of his skipper. Held his ground well. Oh, Riley just shrugs off a couple of opponents. Finally gets a quick left footer away. Bouncing ball. Nitschke taps it out wide. Oh, well stolen there by Hopgood. Races away. Well played there by Nitschke. Got out. And there's Hopgood. He's done to a Manasseh. Curls a kick in low into the wind. defensive work here by Blackwood. Still in there is Hopkins. He follows up. Bampton in there as well. And finally the ball held up at the, well, between centre half forward and full forward position.
Change has been made already. Bennett's is off of the big fella, and Waldron is now on Osborne.
It's a chance for Bampton. Cleverly tapped out wide there by Bennett. Out towards a teammate in the distance. In Johnson. Finally Johnson grabbing the ball, but in the meantime umpire Raymond has indicated the free kick to go to Blackwood. So deep in the back lines, looks like it might be Bennett. Decides to switch the play across to Bricknell.
No, he doesn't.
No, he sucked me in. But as the ball comes up further, and looks like it's taken there by Benson, Daniel Benson. Half-back flank area for Blackwood as they work towards the scoreboard end. Trail 1-1 to 5-3 at this stage. We've played 6 minutes.
It's that skill level again.
So finds Tim Jenkin for the Tigers. He's looking for options. Low kick. Finds Giorgio's up the ground on the wing area. So Giorgio can kick the ball inside 50 here or look for another shorter option. Opts to kick it out towards the half-forward flank into space. Lovely kick. Finds the coach. Always a good thing to do. Matt Fuller, past teammates, of course, premiership teammates. So Rob Wild just tell him to go around on his slight angle there.
And both best and fairest recipients at Nord. Also Goldie.
Fuller. Well, he's gone out the other side of the ground. That's a lovely kick.
Decoy to Pring.
And finds Pring.
I don't know if they've gained much there because he's virtually the same distance out.
Yeah,
but
just splitting the defence up.
just change the angle there, Shane.
Yeah, split the defence. They're finding targets. That's what Blackwood's not doing.
So Pring with a long run up. The wind will probably hold this. No.
Not a bad effort from there into the breeze.
Minor score. So first score of the first major minor score for Lobethal this quarter.
I've got a comment here. Pistol Stephen Woods. Big lift needed by the boys. Start hitting a few targets and we should get right back into it.
I think he was the fitness man this year.
Come on the
when
Woods,
you spoke to him earlier in the year.
He's spot on the money too. They need a lift here. They need to hit some targets and get some forward 50 entries.
So Bricknell goes straight down the ground. Cricket pitch area. Getting
Fisher.
back there. Fisher taking a mark was Warbett pushed out. No, said the umpires. The ball comes out into Cooper Luke. Very impressed with his game so far. Nurses the ball at the line towards Nitsky. The veteran traps it. Gets it back to Timmy Chakta-Jenkin, who just runs around the boundary line. Sets sail for goals, but very ambitious there by the tractor.
Come on, Timmy.
That was more like a D9 than a Massey Ferguson. So relieving free kick to be taken by Bricknell right in the forward pocket area, or back pocket area as he is. For Woods at the moment. Tweedville into the ground. Sets the ball up towards the King Wing broadcast area, setting himself at the back of the bus. It's Watchman. 1 bite, 2 bite, claims the mark. Yes, says the umpire, so waste no time. Gets it up here towards a lumbering Hopton. Here's a foot race. McWaters versus Hopton.
Needs the boundary.
Close to the King Pavilion area. Out over the boundary line, so the throw-in will take, but just 2 kicks up the ground there in attack.
Lucky they got the boundary throw in there, because that's a poor entry. They need to be attacking with some skill and really opening up the goal front.
Boundary throw in inside 50 here for the Woods. Uncontested was Hopton and Iraq. Coming is Dykesman. Good smother there by Huckster. Comes out towards Pring. Picks it up. No, he doesn't. He's wrapped up. Here's Woods. Dykesman gets a handball out. Taken by Hopgood. Goes to Luke. Cooper Luke. Bit of shimmy, handball straight to the opponent, and Matt Tuck kick inside 50 for the Woods. Dangerous position, eludes all the targets there, and eventually it's picked up here for Lobethal. Kick out towards the boundary line. I think that was Jenkin, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mitch.
Yep, Mitch, and also Elliott involved, also in the sleeves, deep in defence.
As you said though, Goldie, a dangerous position. That's where Blackwood need the ball, in that dangerous position, 10 metres out from their square.
So the Academy boy coming in. Boundary Academy boy will pitch the ball back in.
He is a boy too, isn't he?
I reckon we've got Hayden Napstein or Baxter Raymond, one of the two anyway.
So Jenkin doing the ruck work, taken away there by Viney, but his kick only goes as far as Johnson. So Evan Johnson, the North Gippsland boy, gets a pass across, a bit dangerous, but up to the task was Spawn. So Respawn, a good tumbling mark. So Respawn's only kicked the 3 this year, Goldie. Limited opportunity, so there's a goal kicker. So he'll certainly need to kick this one to give Blackwood just a little bit more confidence as they trail 1-1 to 5-4 at the moment. 10.5 minutes gone, so
that breeze is still going strong.
Plenty of time, but you suggest this will be an important kick. And
he's hit the woodwork.
Hit the post there, so Blackwood just can't get a trick. And
Harry Viney will have a Big deep breath there. That was a poor kick by him coming off that stoppage back into the middle of the ground, but Blackwood were good enough to consolidate and get a shot on goal. But they need to finish some of these shots. They haven't had many, so they can't afford to throw these away.
So we've got past Nord skipper, best and fairest for the Redlegs, and of course the 7 games for the Melbourne Demons. Alex Giorgio runs out of the square. He'll go long up the King wing area looking for Fisher, the skipper. Sets himself, but chipping in on Voigt. Spilt what he should have taken, goes to ground under Warbert. And in the end, the ball held in, so umpire Napstein will come in and ball up. So Warbert, Voigt, Warbert over the top towards Tuck. He's got support there from Reynolds, close to boundary line. Bampton getting involved. And also Cooper Luke there. So once again, another boundary throw-in will take place from the taller of the academy boys this time, Goldie.
Yep. And he'll throw the ball in to about 60 metres out from Blackwood's goal. Front position was Voigt, won it down. A couple of Blackwood players were coming off the line there. One of them, I think, was Mark Reynolds. So left half forward flank for Blackwood. 1 goal, 2. Haven't added a goal to the board since the first goal of the match. But Lobethal 5 goals, 4. Coming through McCarthy, slapped out of his hands, taken by Nitschke eventually. Worms it down towards the line just near us, but it's just gone out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a free kick here for Scott Bricknell, with Napstein, umpire Napstein, marking exactly where it's going to be taken from.
So Bricknell, defender, sets the ball up, drop, punt. Holds up in the wind. Big lead there from Hopton. Watchman over the back of the back. Quick hands there by Blackwood. Gets it to Benson. In the meantime, appeal for out there on the full, but no, said the umpire. Actually, it was Matt T appealing there. Youngster in his first year of A-grade footy. So, throw in. Watchman. One down by Giorgio. Taken by Nitschke. He's going nowhere. Of a good tackle applied by Jimmy Catford, the musician. So, once again, umpire Raymond will ball up. And I suggest, Colo, the temperature might be dropping a few degrees.
Yeah, just mini tornado sweeping through here at the minute.
It's very cold here in the Dreammaker. Just put another log on the fire there, Goldie.
Yeah.
As the ball bounces up here, Bricknell leading the race, but bounces over the boundary line in front of him. So once again, the boundary umpire will come into play on the King wing. Called to Wild, coming to you from the Valley of Praise. Lobethal, the hosting Tigers 5-4. Blackwood 1-2. 13 minutes gone, second term.
So the Tigers have added a goal on the board inside the opening 2 minutes through Jack Osborne. Haven't had one since then for both sides. Kick inside 50 here for Blackwood is a chance for Watchman. It's held up in the left forward pocket, Colo.
Yeah, I'd just like to see Blackwood get out of this pocket, get it back to the centre half forward area, open up, get over the canteen side of the ground and give their forwards a chance.
In the forward pocket here for Blackwood. Ball, bit of tunnel ball action. Eventually it flips out. Here's a chance for McWaters on that left boot. Kick it out towards the barbecue area. Could be a free kick, not earned there. Advantage here's the Tigers. They'll kick it along the wing area. Collected there.
Benson.
By
Good
Benson,
tackle.
wrapped up the tackle. Here go the Tigers. Kick over the top into space. Turpin will run onto it. He'll bit of a grubber kick out towards the boundary line. And it's going to stay in or go to left. It's gone left and it's gone out of bounds.
Gee, lucky the big fella didn't have to get out there, Big Osborne. He wouldn't have got there till Tuesday.
I was just seeing that, Col. I think Matty Waldron had the edge on him in pace just slightly. So, as Goldie called right in front of the Blackwood coaching staff, throw in. Warbert gets it down. Sun peeking through the cloud there. Kick forward for the Woods. Bouncing ball on the wing area. Hopton eluded by the bounce. Over the top here. Looks like a chance here for young T. Coughs a ball up his chance for the skipper and Dykesman. He'll be run down. Gets a handball away. No, ineffective. Well done by the Tigers. Nitsky's back there. So mop up. McWaters also getting involved. The York Peninsula boy puts up. Huckster is the target. Sorry, Turpin. Ball out there. Warbert traps the ball. Gets that to a teammate on the wing. Slides a handball back in. That's better by the Woods, but a quick kick away.
Here we go.
Fortunately, falls in the hands of young T. I think
Find
it is.
the target now.
So Matty T turns on his right, goes towards the pocket area to lead out here from Aish. Haven't seen much of him. Last time he was here, he kicked 11 goals. Good dive commitment there. I think it was Watchman at ground level. And ball held in there right in front of the canteen area. So, as I said, Jesse, Joel Aish needs to get involved here, boys.
Yeah, that was just a bit stiff. He kicked a 2-on-1 and he had Hopton at the top of the square on his own. So, just poor decisions by Blackwood as they going forward.
Ball inside 50 here for the Woods near the scoreboard. Free kick here for Lobethal.
to be fair too, boys, Lobie's pressure's fantastic.
Yep, Mitchy Jenkins.
Mitchy Jenkins with the ball. 5-4 Lobethal, 1 goal to Blackwood. So Jenkins with the ball. We kick it along the wing area. King wing. A couple of players position themselves. A lot of players at ground level. Here's a chance for the Woods, but Tigers once again with that pressure wrap the ball up. Holding the ball up near the club room area.
Just go around the grounds again. Quarter time. Nan Bremer 4-3. Radler Districts 2 points. Mount Lofty 1-2. Trail Harndorf 2-5. And Kersbrook 4-1 leading Birdwood 2-1 in the country division.
Dykesman kick inside 50. Got the tap from Warbert. Inside 50.
Hopton.
Advantage paid. No.
Free
It's
kick.
free kick
Too
going
high.
the other way
Mitch
for
Jenkins.
the Tigers, and it'll go to Cooper Luke, is it?
Mitch Jenkins.
Mitch Jenkins.
Triple J. So Mitch Jenkins goes out towards the Zilla Pavilion. I think Auric was the target there, taken by Blackwood. Got it back there. They send the ball back in where it came from. Getting his hands to it was Ace. This time, can he do something at ground level? No, he's held up. That's 11 goals for a Chunga when he visited
Jake
here last year.
Auric's down over on that other flank there, boys, in front of the canteen. I think he's landed awkwardly on that ankle.
Ooh, yes,
in
it could
that
be
contest.
right, Colour. He looks a little bit of pain. Let's hope he's okay. Ruck throw in. Watchman got it down. Trying to bundle his way through there was Riley. Got boot the ball, bouncing ball up here. Cooper Skinner eludes him. He's got support there. Finally comes out to Bampton. Gives it back to Cooper Skinner. The young fella lopes along the wing area. Gets it up here towards Voigt. 1 bite, 2 bites at the cherry. Looks like it's Bennett's in opposition there. Close to the Lobethal coaching box, and finally looks like a free
he's
kick.
going to be carried off, boys.
Yeah, young
He was
Auric.
playing all right, Auric too.
Yeah, young fella. We trust nothing serious there. It's ball brought back by the Woods towards that area. I think they should stop the game. Close proximity. Meanwhile, ball fed out here by the Tigers. Comes to Zato. Feeds it to Luke. In turn, gets the run of Jenkins.
off
Has
to the
1
races.
bounce. Has 2 bounces. Can he do a Manasseh?
He'll have 4.
Goes 3.
He'll have 5. There we go.
No, it gets a handball across.
He'll get it
back,
again.
though.
Oh, he can
Get
go
it back
again.
and fight. Oh, great tackle by
ruined it.
Great tackle by Bricknell, held that up. Experience there as ball comes to Benson. Quickly brings the
that's a
Woods
poor
back
kick
in, but
again.
poor kick is caught by Shane Collins, falls in the hands of Nitsky for the Tigers, who pops it across here towards Luke, gives him a big challenge. Youngster 2 to beat, handballs it back. Perhaps they could have done that better as Nitsky comes to back up when he perhaps brought undone. Was he held without the ball? Hopkins gets
That's
it cleverly
better. Hit.
at the tee.
Target.
T gives it to McCready. This is better by the Woods, but once again, that last kick lets him down, and Jenkins takes a relieving mark.
Jenkins takes the ball, centre half back, kicks it out towards Zato territory. 1-on-1 contest. Good work there by Zato. Flicks it on. Chopped out though there by Blackwood player, and it's held up just in front of the Tigers interchange bench.
Yeah,
Go to
just
the
right
boys
there,
in a
Colo.
minute.
Just that last.
Yeah,
set
I'd actually
kick.
be interested to go to the boys in a minute and get Blackwood's inside 50s, because I reckon they're getting it in there enough. They're just not getting onto the chest of a teammate.
Centre wing on the interchange side of the ground. We've gone 18 minutes in the second term. It's Lobethal 5-4, Blackwood 1 goal 2. Let us know where you're coming in from. Hills Football League Facebook page and the hillsfooty.com and the YouTube as well. Kick forward here by the Tigers. Dangerous position. Osborne's a target. He'll come out here, but Blackwood out towards the player there in Bricknell. Picks it up. Gets away from a couple of Tigers. Snaps the ball out towards the wing. It'll be Catford up against Cooper Luke, and it's gone out of bounds. Jaden and Indy.
Yeah, so like Kai said, the Blackwood inside 50s, they've had 18 this quarter, so that's 26 in total for 3 scoring shots. So that's just not good enough at the moment. They've had 24 kicks as well, so just can't get it fluently in there.
Boy, the back Dykesman gave to a teammate there, McCarthy. Chips the ball forward. There's a foot race between Hopton and Jenkins. I think it is Jenkins leading in the race. Goes to ground, finally gets it out there. McWaters, he nearly coughs it up. Got support
play.
back there. Got it back to Elliott. High kick, tucks in the box seat side. Pring got his chest to it, spilt the ball. Close to the Zilla Pavilion boundary line. Stacks on the mill there, and finally umpire.
Just add another 50, inside 50 there, but gee, that was really well done in the back half by Lobethal. Been very impressed by Sean McWaters.
Yes.
McWaters today. He's been very good in that back half for Lobie.
Yep.
Here's a chance for the Woods. Kick forward by
Dykesman.
Dykesman.
I tell you what, that could be.
Gets a bounce.
Oh, well shepherded. I tell you what,
That's got the goal.
that is
Brilliant.
a remarkable goal there by Dykesman, the skipper.
Much
Fantastic.
needed goal there.
Much needed.
That'll be a Dartfish highlight, that's for sure. So, yeah, made something out of nothing there, Goldie.
Yeah.
Indy, you got some stats there that you want to contribute?
Well, we didn't mention it earlier, but, well, it's easy to say The tide's definitely gone out for Lobethal this quarter. Only 3 inside 50s so far. All of them happened in the opening few minutes of the quarter, so they're yet to get it on their forward half of the ground.
So Blackwood 2-2, Lobethal 5-4, and a vital goal there for as half-time looms there for the Woods. I'd like to get another one as just about 20 minutes about to tick over, so another couple before half-time would be very handy. So back in the centre, Cooper Skinner for Lobie up early. Warbett stood his ground, got the tap down. McCready got it ahead to teammate and Tuck. Tuck drives forward. It's better for the Tiger. Bouncing ball.
Oh, good pressure.
There by Elliott, and good pressure applied as Goldie called by Aish, and Elliott's kick out on the full.
They're certainly not out of this game. They're playing well enough. They've missed 2 set shots dead in front, and here's another chance for them to put a score on the board.
So Hopton give it back to Catford. Catford sets up towards the square.
2 on 1.
McCready in front.
Beautiful.
And he read that very well, and as called by Colo.
That's where they need to attack, get further out in front of goal, and make Lobethal's defenders start panicking.
So McCready has nursed that one through off the left, so back-to-back goals for the Tigers within 2 minutes also, so they'd be pretty happy with that. Goldie, it's given them some scoreboard return in a low-scoring slog, 3-2, plays 5-4, 21 minutes gone.
Colo.
Yeah, and to be fair, the 2 points they kicked were set shots dead in front, so they're actually right in this game, considering they've probably played the poorest of the 2 sides in the first half. They've just got to sharpen up with that skill work. Their stoppage stuff, they're getting back on top now. McCready's been sensational for Blackwood. He's been good in and around the footy, pushed forward there and kicked that goal. Been really impressed with him today. We just need the big fella to get his hand on the ruck a bit more and a few more of those centre clearances for him. Again, like that. Well done.
McCready, handball over the top. Got Tuck. Coming off the wing, though, is Pring. Handballs over the top towards Zato or Cooper Skinner. It's Skinner. Manages to scrub a kick forward, but here's the Woods once again on the counter-attack. Goes over the top of Tim Jenkins. Bounce. Bounce for everyone. Steve Huckster eventually for the Tigers. Goes to Pring. Handballs up. 1, 2, 3. Chain of handball. Kick out towards the wing area. Here's Zato. He's in some space. Could go back to Fuller. He does. Good option. Go back to the coach. He goes back to Zato for the Tigers. Handball over the top. Under pressure though. Couple of Woods around it. Tim Jenkins sweeping handball out towards Mitch Jenkins. And he works the ball out towards the Woods interchange bench.
You know, just full credit there to Joel.
I was just about to say, Colo, yes.
The goal square, about 8 contests in a row. He sprinted and sprinted. He ran past 3 of his teammates who didn't want to chase to try and cause the turnover. So even though he's not getting the score on the board, well done, Joel Aish.
Yeah, I was watching that myself as the ball comes out here, fed out here. Quality, a quick kick away by Blackwood towards the interchange area. Scrambly players is locked in there. Hopton in there for the Woods. Finally, the umpire will come in and ball it up. So 5-4-3-2. We've played 23 and a half minutes of second term. Perhaps chance for either side to get another goal in favour of Blackwood as they kick with the wind. Pretty strong wind towards the scoreboard end. Once again, a ball up will take place in front of the Zilla Pavilion. So Rukjawar bundled out the way with Hopton. No free kick applied there, but he wrapped up his opponent on the ground in a strong tackle, that being Nitsky. So once again, the ruckman will do a battle. So Hopton, Cooper Skinner, ball comes down there. McCready working hard in there for the Woods. Toe poked out. Finally a toe poke forward by Blackwood. Outside by the Tigers. Unfortunately falls in the hands of Jackie Bampton. The best and fairest gets it back there to Luke. I think it is. He goes wide out here. Finds Pring. The space Fuller running on the coach. Bricknell, will he get him? Yes. Applies pressure to Fuller.
Pressure.
Coughs up a handball. Clearing kick by Benson. Bouncing ball, here's another foot race. Elliott will win it easy for the Tigers. Will it sit for him? Yes, deep in the back pocket, lumbering across his watchman. Elliott's got time to chip the ball up the line and finds Alex Giorgio.
Tigers player just telling him to slow it down here. Giorgio just near us, goes with a short pass over the top, finds McQuarters, gets onto that left boot. He will. Rob Wild says, play on. Kick towards the half-forward line for the Tigers. Chop out, though, for the Woods. It's Waldron, I think it was, to Bricknell. Bennett, sorry. To Bricknell. Kick inside 50. Couple of Blackwood players down there. 3 now. Could they win out? There's a player over the top. Oh, Aish under pressure. Handball here from the Tigers. 1-2. Kick from Jenkins. Mixture variety. Kicks it out towards us in the broadcasting area.
just that forward 50 entry again. They come here to the left pocket with the breeze. There was 3 Blackwood players back towards the scoreboard. Just need to be a bit braver in their attack on the goal
And they're
front.
giving a big man Watchman a task. I mean, he moves like
Yes.
sticking plaster.
No,
At least put
exactly.
the ball at him, not.
Yep,
You know,
and they kicked to his disadvantage side
Exactly.
that time.
So Voigt wins his way to front position, got it down towards Vinell. Well stolen there by McCarthy. Gets across to Bricknell. Quick kick forward, bouncing ball off Ace, ricochet.
Shinned off his knee.
Picked up here by Benson. High kick really goes higher and it goes longer. Camped under it was Fuller. Umpire said it did go the required distance, but in the meantime, you can probably hear the siren going in the background to end the second term. So Lobie 5-4, Blackwood 3-2 during that quarter. Blackwood adding 2 goals through Dykesman and McCready, and Osborne getting a goal in the first 90 seconds was the only return for Lobethal. So Shane Collins, how'd you see that? Blackwood getting back into the game, but really still, as you said, just hanging in there.
Yeah, look, to put the coach's hat on, if I was Matt Fuller, I'd be really happy with the way Lobethal are going about it. Their pressure's been sensational. Their ball use was fairly good. It is quite windy, but they were quite smart in the way they used the ball. Their forward half looks far more threatening than Blackwood. So if I was Matt Fuller, I'd be a little bit more positive. If I was Ryan Anderson, you know, I'd really be eyeballing some players there. They've had enough opportunities. You know, we just pulled that contest out before. Joel Ace ran past 3 or 4 other forwards who just stood there and let the ball exit their forward 50. They all need to get involved and work harder. And then when they get the football, you know, Anderson needs to be telling them to be braver. Hit that goal front. You know, give himself a chance in front of goal. The one time they did kick it there, and McCready ran forward and took a mark in front of the forward. In front of the forward goal square. So, you know, they really need to, if they can do that, I think Blackwood is still well in this game. They've had enough of the ball. The ruck contest I'm loving. It's fantastic between the 2 big fellas, Voigt and Warbett. And then the midfield have had their times. Riley's been fairly quiet, to be fair. They've done a real good job in there. McCready's been sensational. But Luke Nitschke's been superb for Lobethal if I was to pick the best player for both teams there. Over to the boys with the stats.
Thanks, Kai. So, yeah, 27 inside 50s there for Blackwood. That was unbelievable. They had 35 kicks there as well. Unfortunately, they couldn't make the most of the inside 50s, but they did get the 2 goals too, which was good for them. 24 handballs and 18 marks in that quarter as well. They also had 21 tackles and 12 hitouts. Indy, your take on it, mate?
After all the pressure they applied to get the ball in that first quarter, they seemed to lose it quite a bit in that second term, Lobethal. And even though they had a healthy tackle count, only lost it by 2 within that term. And they were still kicking quite long as well with 44 kicks, but really it was just the inside 50s. They lost the ground dominance, and they're almost lucky they didn't have to pay for it as badly.
And also, so Blackwood averaged 30 points in the second quarter against Lobie. So even though they only got 14, they still got about 4 scoring shots. They usually get 5 scoring shots previously as well. So they did dominate the second quarter against Lobethal, who only averaged 2 goals in that quarter and only got 1. So that's good there for Blackwood. That's more consistent football there. So back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jaden. Back here at half-time at Lobethal. It's Lobethal 5-4, Blackwood 3-2. Just got another comment here. Josh Dunn is tuning in from Canada to watch the Woods play today. So that's it's good to see. Pistols, yeah, we got half-time. Man who knows all about Blackwood is Ben Kernich. Ben, what are your thoughts on the first half there?
It's a bit of a frustrating second quarter there. Obviously had a lot of the play going forward, but Lobethal's pressure on our ball carrier was quite good, and we couldn't hit the forwards up enough. But some positive signs after quarter time there.
Just tell us about this Blackwood lineup this year. Obviously, Ryan Anderson's still the playing coach, but some new inclusions into the lineup. What are your thoughts on the Woods lineup this season?
So over the off season, we kind of sat down and thought about what we needed, and goal kicking was an area. So we identified Big Jess Watchman down at McLaren to come back as a local, and then we needed another star player. So we kind of went after Joel Ace and ended up getting him. So 2 handy additions, and then with Daniel Bennett's coming back as well, we got quite good bookends of the ground. So we're quite happy with that. It just takes a bit of time to gel together, I think.
So what's your role at the Blackwood Footy Club?
So this year I've taken over from Lucas Herbert as the senior footy director.
Yep.
And I also manage the social media avenues. So like to keep our members informed of what's happening.
So in terms of all round at Blackwood, how's it going off the field this season? Obviously, women and men's. Women's format's going well.
Yeah, the club's in a really healthy state at the moment. Obviously, you hear it all the time, but we are from quite a big area, and there are lots of teams. But I think there's 24 or 25 this year, and like everyone's just keen to play footy. Obviously, tough times with the COVID situation, but it's really good off field. The new change rooms as well.
Yep.
They came in at the end of last year and first year using them, and it just makes so much of a difference turning up and having good facilities for everyone. So seems like it's going well off the field. Just need to keep going on the field.
So in terms of the season so far, the A grade, the round one had a victory, and then last week against Harndorf. How have you seen the opening period of the season for the guys?
Round one was a good performance. Obviously, we had the trial before that too, so we played two quite good games. Playing a bit different game style this year, as you can probably see, trying to move it a bit quicker. Last week we were competitive, but as Harndorf are quite a good side, they defended very well and murdered us on our turnovers. So, but we're just trying to be positive. It's a short season, so you can't really dwell on losses too much. You just got to keep moving forward.
So your role as football director, what does that involve at Blackwood?
So it's a lot of admin work, like just like during the week, making sure everyone's happy, the team managers are all sorted, and the off season sort of that admin recruiting type role as well.
Brilliant. So this second half, obviously got back into it there, but with the breeze probably didn't make the most of it. 3 goals 2 to Lobethal, 5 goals 4. What are you hoping to see in this third term?
It's going to be one out the centre, I think, in the third term. If we can kind of break even in there, so Tuck and Benson can break even with Riley and Viney and Nitschke, and not allow them easy ball going into big Jack Osborne down forward. If we can get away maybe 1 or 2 goals to them and score 1 or 2 to us, and go in kind at worst level what it is now, and then come home with a breeze.
So as you said, some good recruits this year, like Evan Johnson, Joel Aish, Jesse Watchman back. Daniel Bennett, James Catford. They're all slotted in nicely, no issues?
They've really settled into the playing group, I think. We kind of look for blokes kind of similar ages as well to the rest of the playing squad, and I think Evan's mid-20s, same with Joel's about 27, same with Benno, so it's kind of that good nucleus. They like spending time off the field together, which is really important, I think, as good teams are close and tight bond.
And unfortunately, Kurt Thompson did his knee. Just how did that come about? Was that in the match or?
Unfortunately, round one kind of went to change direction, tackling a bloke, and just kind of gave way on him. And it is disappointing for him, for the star quality player he is. Only 4-time Molden medalist at the club, premiership captain, and superstar of the competition. So
yeah. Of course, took the mark of the year last year.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. He has taken quite a few marks before you guys were filming on cameras, but one of the great blokes to have, like obviously a star player of the competition, but you can't break off field for the genuine all-round nice person he is. So, and same with all the other blokes who've really picked up. They're more than happy to help around the club and just do anything to make the place better.
How long have you been involved with the Blackwood Football Club?
I started way back in the junior colts in 2006, and kind of realised pretty quickly I wasn't a good player, but I like seeing people happy around the club, so I've just taken on every role you can imagine, and now I'm in footy director.
Brilliant. All right, Ben. Well, thanks very much, and lovely conditions here at Lobethal for the second half. What are your predictions? Obviously, you're hoping for a Blackwood win. But
I'm hoping for a Blackwood win. 2 goals. I'm going here, and I reckon Jesse Watchman to turn it on in the second half.
Brilliant. As he did, I think, during the Premiership year in some of those
I think
matches
he lit up the third quarter.
against Harndorf here in that
so
grand final.
Hopefully we have another day like that.
All right.
Cheers,
Thanks very
Goldie.
much, Ben. All the best.
Cheers.
All right, Ben Kernich there, football director from Blackwood. Half-time here at Lobethal. It's Lobethal leading 5-4 to 3-2. Looks like Colo's back here for half-time. And he's just looking for his microphone. You can use the headset if you want. Half-time here from Tigerland. Lovely conditions, Colo. That breeze is still going towards the scoreboard end by the looks of it.
Yeah, it is a strong breeze out there. So we're just out in the green room having a glass of water and a lolly, just assessing the game. And we're all of the same opinion that while this the scoreboard, there's only 2 goals, 2 in it, but Lobethal have really dominated the first half of footy. Blackwood just need to clean up their ball use. I'd love to see a bit more strength out of their big fellas and see if they can turn this game around. But yeah, interesting game of footy. It's the shortened Hills Football League season is going to be an interesting one, isn't it?
We got some comments here. Chase Rogers, Blackwood fought back, but need to start using those inside 50s to change the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's on the money, old Chase. Good on you, mate. That's a great comment. And obviously, it wouldn't be hard to observe the game and make that call, because we saw with the stats there that 23 inside 50s, I think it was at one stage, and only 3 scoring shots. So they'll need to clean that up.
So Hills Football League Facebook page, you can go to that, watch the match live, or just go to thehillsfooty.com and just click on the link there. We've already got most amount of people watching for the year so far, so hopefully the word is spreading of where we're at this year. Both sides out in the oval here. Colo, what do you think both coaches would have said? You kind of said it before half-time, but back out in the ground equally at the same time. What do you think both coaches would have said?
I'd hope Black would have learnt from the first quarter. They're going to be kicking into the stiff breeze now, but they need to slow the game down, just keep the ball in their hand, and if they do need to kick at all, they kick long down the line and try and get a contest down the line. Have plenty of ball ups, and to put it into simpletons terms, they need to make this quarter as boring as anything. And if they can do that and restricts Lobethal's run off half back and their ability to open the goal front up, it'll give them a sneaky chance at 3/4 time to come home with the breeze. And if they can be within sort of 4 to 5 goals at 3/4 time, I think they're a massive chance.
So the Tigers currently warming up towards the scoreboard end of the ground. We've got Jaden and Indy who are back. We might go for some stats again, lads.
Did you get any scores around the grounds?
Just waiting on those. Pistols is the one normally with the phone, but he's whining and dining at the moment. Here he is. He's back.
Here we go.
We'll go around the grounds very, very shortly. Jaden and Indy, just once again, just a couple of stats as we wait for Pistols to get back in the hot seat.
Yeah, so some stats here. So Blackwood averaged 9 goals at Lobie against Lobie. So they've got 3 so far. So they're sort of there. Lobie averaged 9 goals at home last season. So they're sort of halfway as well there as well. So hopefully Blackwood can get a few more goals and hit that average up to about 10 instead of being 8. So.
Indy, you got anything you'd like to outline?
So we got the game totals at half-time here, and right now we can see that Lobethal have a pretty good advantage in most stats. 28 plus disposals for the game, so they've been winning the kicks, they've been winning the handballs, and even in that last quarter where Blackwood had the field dominance, they were still kicking it out quite a bit, so they had plenty of the ball. It really is just the play of the field that's disadvantaged them in that second term, but now they've got the win, so we'll see how they bounce back with that advantage.
All right, Pistols is back, going around the ground.
Yes, Goldie, thank you very much, and trust you're enjoying our worldwide coverage here on the Call of the Wild. Just compiling a couple of half-time scores in Country Division. Kangaroos 7-5 are leading Meadows 6-8. So
a ring-a-ding.
A good ring-a-ding derby down there. Game. Absolutely.
I've got one here. Harndorf 9-7, Mount Lofty 1-2 at half-time.
Gee.
Wow, that's not to be... yeah.
So back in the middle. Pistols just tallying up the scores. We'll go back in the middle. So here we go. Lobethal 5-4, Blackwood 3-2, half-time. Umpire Napstein will get us underway.
Ricknell's come out to the wing here, guys. I reckon he'll play a real defensive role this quarter.
So Jan Warbett once again against Voigt. Good ruck contest all day. Here we go. Third turn from Lobethal. Blackwood need to get some more goals on the board. Here's a chance. Moving the ball forward. Oh, could have been coat hanger there with Tuck. Flicks the ball out. Coming through was Riley. Barging his way forward. He's wrapping up the good tackle. Opening couple of rounds, he's been hard to tackle, but a good tackle there for the Woods. And they move the ball on quickly here. Kick forward by Spawn. Dangerous position. Watchman snapping off hands was Dykesman. It's smothered. Comes to Bricknell. Started on the wing. Bursting through. Usually a good user of the ball. It's gone straight at that left point area, and it's gone through for a minor score. So Blackwood on the board, 3-3 Blackwood. Lobethal 5-4.
Yeah, around the grounds, Goldie, as we said. Kangaroo 7-5, Meadows 6-8, Harndorf 9-7, Mount Lofty 1-2, Nan Bremer 5-4, Urada 3-9, and Kersbrook 6-5, leading Birdwood 4-3.
Urada got the yips in front of goals this year, boys. They kicked 17 points or something last week and another 9 today.
And the Rams obviously, needed the run last week, boys. So, see how they go. So, ball to be brought back in. I think it's Giorgio there. Demon Defence goes straight down the grounds for the Tigers. Getting his hand to the ball
paid
there.
The mark.
Paid the mark. Bit hard to see. We need the roadie to clean the window here,
windows,
boys.
Mate. You could always get out in the sunlight like some of us.
That was Bennett's. Big long kick for Blackwood up forward. It's in our forward area. Scrambly play. Ball fed out there. Nitsky over the top. Holds the ball in there for the Tigers. And finally, the umpire will come in and bowl it up. As the sun's gone behind the clouds, makes it a little bit easier. Not shining on the window, the dirty window. Ruck duel. Viney was up there, trying to force his way through. Looked like it was Huckster. Bouncing ball out here. Tamed by Bricknell. Get his dispossessed. Ball finally comes out here to Timmy Jenkins. High kick towards centre half forward. Fuller. Back in there, over the top of his opponent there.
There's a good call by Dennis Rome. That's what I want to see. Just go on with it. That's what I want to see in the AFL. Just call it and ball it up.
Ball comes off. Nitsky shoots out a handball there to Fisher. This way, that way. Then goes backwards to go forward. He's got a couple of boys out here. Picks out Jack Bampton. He's got Pring if he wants to go.
He's going to have a shot.
But no, as you heard Shane Collins says no. So just be... just probably on the edge of the 50-metre.
He'll kick this from about
line.
56, I
so
reckon,
little
mate.
Jack, he's gone back to the cricket pitch. He's going to have a Dennis Lilly style run up here, I suggest. So looked like something out of the Tour de France at the moment. Jack with the helmet. So Bampton.
Oh no.
So short as Zatto's chipped in front of the pack. Ball comes to ground. Benson in there, fed out there by Fisher. Gets the old don't argue there. Came from O'Reilly. Good attack on the ball for by Bampton there. Scrambly play half forward, finally a clearing kick for the Woods. High ball by Reynolds. Good defensive fits by Huckster. Following up there is Viney. Good strong work from him. Comes across, intercepted by Hopton. He's ragdoll into the ground. Strong tackle there by Lobethal, applied by Jenkins. So umpire will come in and ball up. So we've had 3.5 minutes. Blackwood have had a behind to the half-time score, so it's 3-3 to 5-4 here on the Quarter World. Trust you're enjoying the worldwide coverage, Goldie.
Yep, they certainly are. Fisted out. Here's a chance. Stripped of it was Pring. Nitschke had Jenkins running through him. Goes to Viney. Snap towards centre-half forward area. Toe poke from Zatto. Inside 50. Baldacera goes to Prignell. Snap round the corner by Bennett. Towards Benson. Set upon there by Bampton. Kicked by Cooper Luke.
Wide.
Goes to a teammate there in Viney. Goes back to Luke. Kick inside 50. Wormburner coming through there for the Woods was Spawn. Fumbly football. Dangerous position though. And it's held up there, Tigers area.
Yeah, I've liked this. I mean, what are we, 4 and a bit minutes? Blackwood, they look good. Look far more competitive. Pressure's up. And making the game look ugly as they possibly can, which is good for them.
They'd still like the ball to be the upper end at the moment because Lobethal dangerously edging close to goals, about 35 metres out from the scoreboard end goal. Quick kick away there by Tuck, bouncing ball. Pring grabs it. He feeds out a quick handball to Viney around the corner. It's not a bad snap to the tee for goal. Big Osborne there finally comes to Baldacera after the deflection. He chips a little pass up to the back pocket area taken by Bricknell.
Bricknell, back pocket with Bampton on the mark. Switches play out towards a teammate there in Spawn. Takes the mark near the scoreboard. 5-4 Lobethal. Blackwood 3-3. Kick out towards the social club sort of, what's it?
Zilla Pavilion.
Zilla Pavilion.
Everything that's a building in this place.
Straight
is
to the point. Zilla
or
Pavilion.
King Pavilion.
King Wing. Boundary throw-in. Sun's about to be right in the eyes here. Ricocheted off Pring.
Oh, played.
Lovely work there from Blackwood. I think it was Tuck. Flicked on. Back to Tuck. That's good football by the Woods. Kick into the half-forward line. There's 3 Lobethal players there. One of them's Georgie. Goes 1-2. Gets it back to him. Little short pass. Finds Mitch Jenkin. Just near Blackwood's interchange bench area. So Jenkin kicks it along the wing area. Over the top of Viney's head, out towards Riley. He's wrapped up by a couple of Blackwood players on the King wing.
Sorry, Goldie. That's not good enough. Phil Hopton's got to stand under the footy and catch that. They look for him for leadership. He's a big body player. He needs to be better than that.
So he's a chance. Blackwood started well. Just got to get it inside 50 now. Centre wing. 5-4 Lobethal, 3-3 Blackwood, and we've gone 7 minutes in the third term. So neither side have kicked a goal.
So ball up, ball comes out. Nitsky being involved there. A good tackling effort. Then second effort, he goes to ground. Ball held in under him. Also in there was the youngster, I think, and Matty T. So another ball up, ball comes down there. Ball thread out there finally. Kick forward for the Woods. High ball towards half forward. Comes to ground. Tigers defence once again holding firm. Drive the ball back out towards the wing area. Bouncing ball. Zato was the target. Bounce past him. Players going to ground. Blackwood coming through there. Held up there. Finally the turnover created. Looked like it might be Jenkin in the distance.
He's
gets it
shielding
across
his
to
eyes.
Timmy Jenkin. Yeah, Mitch Jenkin to Tim Jenkin. Timmy Jenkin chips it forward. Bampton out coming is the coach in full. Oh, well wrapped up
Good
there.
tackle.
A good tackle applied there.
Yep.
By Dunn, I think it is, and he's done not a bad job. Nathan Dunn here this afternoon as we get a bit of few running repairs here.
Got the Windex spray and wipe.
Hey,
We might get the camera on there.
And the ball comes out into Baldacera. Baldacera nurses the ball up the line, finds the skipper in Dykesman. King wing area in front of the Dreammaker, which is getting some running repairs at the moment. Tips the ball out towards Big Watchman. He brings the ball down. Jimmy Catford pursuing the ball for the Woods out over the line.
I can't see because of the glare through the window now. It's that clean. The boss has just come over with the spray and wipe, and because Pistol's called out, here he comes running.
I tell you, we got a might have a elusive bird here, I think.
Rob, I'm cold. Can you find me a heater?
Anyway, ball comes out here, taken away by Cooper Luke. Drives the ball down towards Fuller territory. Well spilt there by
great
Dunn.
crumb.
Shrugging the tackle was Riley. Has a
Great
shot up the road.
kick.
Riley, and he finds his former teammate in Big Jack Osborne. So two blue baggers combining here. Osborne wastes no time. He chips one over the top. Fuller letting it go. So Osborne, after all that, converts his third goal, boys. And the Tigers go to 6-4 to 3-3.
What are we? How far into the
Eight and a half.
8.5 minutes, 9 minutes? There you go, 30 seconds lap by Blackwood, and all their good work unravelled real quickly. And difference being, Lobethal, when they go in that forward 50, they find some targets, and Riley showed his class through the middle there. And the big fella, when he puts those big mitts out, very hard to beat.
So the umpire Wild will throw the ball up here. Voigt up against Jan Warbert in the ruck. Been doing it all day. Benson's in there. Bampton. Viney. I think Liam McCarthy. In the meantime, Blackwood need an answer here. Warbert won it down. Coming through was McCready. Here's the Tigers. Bampton. Sweeping handball out to Tim Jenkin. Off he goes. Oh, sells a candy. Kicks it to a dangerous position. Straight to the coach and Matt Fuller. He can go bang here from 50. He does. And he's missed it though. Colo.
Yeah, just lapse in concentration again. Blackwood, while they're up and about, they're very good, but they can just switch off and open themselves right up there. And 9 out of 10 times, the coach would have kicked that for a goal.
Someone's wondering, is Indiana Rogers present? He certainly is. He's doing the stats today.
As the ball comes out here, mark taken by Triple J, Junior Jenkins.
Played very well today.
He has indeed. He goes short to Giorgio. Could he have
He'll
a
have a
shot?
shot.
at
Could he
goal?
kick a goal?
Yeah, shot at it.
Oh!
Look at him, they get it in the big man. Ali.
That would be a
Giorgio.
rare goal in any form of football.
Absolutely wasting defence for about 173 league
Is that the first goal of his life?
Well, I suggest it might be his first goal in A-grade football for Lobethal.
Certainly is.
Alex
Goodness gracious.
Giorgio, we'll just look at that one on the monitor, Goldie.
A bit of right to left, just
tell
as
you
judges
what.
the breeze to perfection. They come from everywhere.
That's, well, like the Stallion, Scotty
Yeah.
Pearling, the defence.
It was very good. I must
a
say,
swing
though,
man.
Guys, he shouldn't, in a slow play like that, how he can run down there and be on his own. Blackwood forward line need to be looking around and finding out how that happened. It's not good enough.
Okay, so 7.
Oh, great
7-5
ruck
plays
tap.
Straight here they go straight to centre again to Timmy Jenkins.
Has he got a left?
Puts it up towards Big Osmond coming back. Also Zato involved. Well done there by Bennett. Puts the ball out there towards Bricknell. Actually, it was Waldron. Sorry, my apologies. Finds Bricknell. So rebound football there, but gee, under siege here. Blackwood, that's for sure. So Scotty Bricknell, what a acquisition he's been to the club since coming up from West Adelaide. Sets the ball up the King wing area. Pack sets himself. Watchman held there and Void a juggling mark. Watchman complaining he was held. He perhaps might have had a bit of a case, but umpire Raymond right in the spot says no. So Void with a kick towards the centre of the ground finds the last goal.
Oh, he's a hero.
And Giorgio, he's everywhere. Gets a little Jackie Bampton. Sets up a high kick out here. Lumbering out is Riley. Uses his body well against Dunn. Bouncing ball. Going to ground. Blackwood defence. Finally toe poke forward by Johnson. Comes out the back door to McCready. He's ridden into the deck Maribel Rodeo style.
Been really impressed with Nathan Dunn in one-on-one contests. He gives himself every chance and a really good fighter in that back half for Blackwood.
Right half forward area for the Tigers. Kicked a couple of goals in quick succession. And 9-minute mark and 10-minute mark. Osborne and Giorgio. Handy players to have in the Tigers line up this year, and they go to 7-5. Blackwood 3-3. Kick out towards, from Blackwood, goes straight to Jenkins. He switches play out towards Pring. Bit of a one-on-one contest here. Bricknell versus Pring. Pring did well.
Right.
Sweeping handball
Well
over
done.
towards McWalters. Gets onto that left foot, which we've seen well today. Oh, up towards Fisher. Dropped that one. Coming up was Hopton on the half-back line. Right to the dump to the ground by Fuller.
Ball's come back, has it?
What's he called here, Napstein? Is it holding the ball? Was it a free kick for Hopton? No, it's holding the ball. So Matty Fuller from the area that his teammate from Norwood to kick the goal, and Giorgio.
Well, I tell you what, they both won best and fairest for Nord, so we'll see if they both can
I'm
kill
sure
the
Giorgio's
magical
probably
goals.
down here telling him how to do it.
Absolutely. So Matty Fuller, proven goal kicker.
Should be
Spent some time Western Doggies
He's
list.
looking inboard here.
Right-hand point post in the face of the breeze. Bring it back in. That's it.
Oh, I tell you what,
Nearly
fellows.
there.
Oh,
Not quite.
just missed it there.
So minor score, Lobe 2-2 this quarter. Blackwood only the one behind added. Lobe 7-6 to 3-3. And as Colo just mentioned, 13 minutes gone here, third term. Blackwood withstanding a surge here from Lobethal.
Giorgio.
Ball holds up in the breeze. Giorgio again,
it's
defensively
everywhere.
puts it forward. McCready, he goes, trips over his own teammate actually.
Hope he
Golden
hasn't been injured
fist.
So it's a double bunger, but
there. And
he
his
tripped
ankle's
over
taken
Dunn.
away.
Tripped over Dunn. Let's hope he's okay. Actually landed rather awkward. They don't need him to go down. He's been one of the few good signs for that.
Yeah,
Robert
absolutely.
flicks it, taken here by Tuck. Trying to feed off a handball, gets it up here to McCarthy. He's in trouble. Handball's in vain there to someone. Taken by Turpin, though. Chips it back across over here. Taken
Jenkins.
by Junior Jenkins. Puts it long towards Big Jack. He's got two to beat. Comes off hands there. Waldron finally desperately concedes the behind, but they're under siege everywhere here, and just Lobethal just playing away the top of them, Shane.
Yeah, good call, Pistols. They are. They're all over, and Blackwood just got to hang tight here. Probably another 10 to 15 minutes. Just got to hang in there and can't let this game get away from them.
So Baldessera with the kick in. Sits up in the breeze. Giorgio again, the man in the moment. Kicks goals, defends,
On
takes
fire.
marks. Can you stop him? Puts it across here to Stevie Huckster. Huckster's got someone, another teammate further afield. He's got two of them, in fact. Picks out Cooper Luke, I think it is.
Luke takes the mark, half forward line. Got Osborne deep. Fisher's leading for him as well. It goes to Osborne territory, but it's chopped out there for the Woods through Hopton, who's down in defence. He goes towards Bricknell, has a bounce, under pressure, fumbles it, goes back, U-turn. Then he comes back to where he was going to kick originally. Giorgio's around the cot. Jeez, he's everywhere.
Spot his own
Crumbs his own work. Goes for goal once again. I tell you what! Oh, I thought he was going to kill.
Matty Waldron, a spoil sport, eh?
Might have to have a chat to him at three-quarter time, Colo, see how many goals he's kicked ever.
I tell you what, he's bought his own football colour in this second half, Alex Giorgio.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. He's running off the Blackwood forwards, and Jesse Watchman's having a real challenge
Here
trying
he
to
is
stay with
again.
him.
So Waldron and I cleverly tried to defect off the shin, but only went to Jimmy Catford. But Blackwood chips up towards Dykesman. Huxter comes in hard on him. Also in there is Jenkin.
Oh,
Giorgio
Giorgio
and
with
again
the
with a
tackle.
big tackle. I tell you, he's everywhere. That's for sure. So umpire Napstein will ball it up. 7-7 Lobie. Blackwood 3-3 on the quarter. Wild. Trust you enjoying it worldwide on Dartfish coverage on Hills Footy Media.
They've dropped a couple of players behind the ball now, Blackwood, trying to hold this up.
So here's a chance. Dykesman goes to McCready. Look, good to see him back up and running. Kick forward from Reynolds. Dangerous position. And a good mark there. Rare mark for Joel Aish. He'll go bang one step. Unguarded goal square. It's going through for a minor score.
So Blackwood, this is their second score for the quarter, both being behinds. So 3-4 to 7-8. Looks like Timmy Jenkin to bring the ball back in for the Tweed Vale entrance end at the Lobethal.
He might go
Oval.
bang down the middle.
Yeah, go for
Matty
a long one.
Yenstall.
In fact, comes out towards the King area. Big Warbit setting himself
Giorgio
a
front
void.
centre.
Ball off ground.
Oh,
Well
great.
trapped
Oh,
by
the big
Fisher.
man.
The skipper got down very well for a big man. It's called by Goldie. Puts it up, but looking for Turman. But Bricknell.
Oh,
Bricknell taking a relieving mark. Battered well in the face of numerous attacks here.
Fisher's one of the best players below his knees for a guy of that size that you'll see. He's done that a couple of times today, been sensational when the ball on the ground.
Bricknell finds a tuck. The vice-captain chips it further afield.
T.
And finds
no.
Anderson, the new recruiter, started well. He's dropped out the game. Coughed up there by Reynolds under pressure. And as called by Collo, just this relentless pressure around the contest by Tigers.
Yeah, and just not the ability for Blackwood just to keep hitting targets.
So Napstein, umpire Napstein says, clear it out, boys, as I throw it up. Here's a chance for the Woods. Clearing kick from McCarthy. Huxter tries to soccer the ball on that cricket pitch area, which has caused some havoc today.
It's like the Bermuda Triangle.
It is. There's a few invisible teammates popping up on there.
7-8.
But this is better. Last few minutes, just get some stoppages, hold the footy up a little bit, and don't let Lobethal get out on their own.
18 minutes gone. Pistols, Lobethal 7-8. Blackwood 3-4. Osborne and Giorgio goal kickers this quarter for the Tigers as the Woods go forward.
Oh, Benson trapped that ball well.
Oh, he's
Well done.
held up.
That's not a bad result either.
Yeah.
So Hopton's playing in defence at the moment. He's the loose player. Lobethal keeps sending an extra down there, trying to man him up though.
So Robbie Ryle put the ball up. Tap was run down there for Blackwood. Trying to burst his way through there. Blackwood.
Everyone's trying to
Tiny
say.
toe poke. Finally Gabs gets it to the run.
Cricket
here
pitch.
Of Luke, who had one bounce, steadies himself, goes further field looking for her.
Here we go.
Over the top of him. First to get there will be Bricknell for Blackwood. He's got support from Hopton. Bricknell clean gathers it. Oh, well shepherded there by Hopton. Got it back there to Dunn, I think it was. Gets a kick further field for the Woods. Bouncing ball. Grabbed it there by Spawn. He's dispossessed. Ball comes backwards here, throwing it around. Oh, good.
Jack
work
Andrews
off the
all by
ball.
himself here. No.
And
well done,
locked
coming
up
out.
there finally. A strong tackle applied there by Dylan Hopgood for the Tigers. Ball held at half forward. Free kick paid to Johnson. Gets the ball out wide towards Spawn in front of the Zilla Pavilion. Bouncing ball. Can he keep it in? No.
It's a windy.
Tornado number 6 whistling through for the afternoon, boys.
I tell you what, the Australian flag there is really standing straight up there on the pole now, pointing towards Woodside. Ball bounces over the back. Bampton's there. Also Jenkins comes back to Bampton. Can he shrug off? Gets it back towards Typin. Can he take it? Turpin. Outside, inside kick. Here's Big Jack using his pace against Waldron. Waldron wins that one out though, out over the boundary line. So 7-8 to 3-4. Coming up to 9.5 minutes. Third term quarter wild. Trust you're enjoying on Hills Footy Media.
We'll go to the lads, Jaden and Indy, shortly as we head towards three-quarter time. Boundary throw-in. Deep inside the Tigers' forward line. Osborne and Giorgio, goal kickers this quarter for the Tigers. Dangerous tap to Bampton. Can he pick it up? Oh, ducked his chutney. Umpire said play on. The Woods desperately trying to clear it. Here's the chance for Tuck. Goes with a low ball towards McCready. That ankle will be tested with that one. Nitschke, kick forward for the Tigers. Dangerous position. Osborne was waiting for it, but a good chop out there by Waldron.
really impressed with Tuck's quarter this quarter. He's had a lot of the footy, just not finding enough chests of his teammates, unfortunately.
Jaden and Indy got some stuff down there, lads, as we head towards three-quarter time.
All right, so we'll take a look at Lobethal first with 36 kicks and 19 handballs for the quarter. They've only gotten 8 inside 50s despite their ground dominance in the forward half, but they've still converted within it really well.
And in the inside 50s as well, they've had 6 Blackwood and 24 kicks and 15 handballs. So Lobethal have got Blackwood in all 3 of those categories there. So
Good work there, boys. And Indy, Jamaican Joe would be very happy with your work.
You got a fan on the YouTube feed, Indy. Wondering if you're
personal
here
messages,
today.
mate, and how good you're doing. It's unbelievable. You want a pay rise.
So, looks like Bobby Bennett's to bring the ball back into play.
Waldron?
Waldron it is. Lookalikes.
Goes
Puts
to
it by
Bennett.
here's Bennett himself on the end of that, so he's everywhere, isn't he? Gets the ball down here, taken by Spawn, nurses a kick delightfully and finds Watchman. The big
Need
man
one here.
quickly gives it
There
back
we
to
go.
Aish. Aish gives it across to a teammate there who puts the ball further field.
Here we go.
McCarthy.
Got to kick this.
This is better for Blackwood. Ball comes here to Dykesman. The skipper needs to pull up a skipper's goal.
Oh, Tigers running back.
Getting back there. Huckster manages to control. He's got assistance there, but goes alone with a toe poke. Half-back flank area. Going to be the first to get there. Will be Pring. Benny
Timmy
Pring
Jenkins wants it here.
goes to centre of the ground, but we'll find Nitsky.
Here we
Nitsky
go.
will give it to the tractor. Tracker long.
Strong.
There's Big Osmond coming out there.
Oh, another
Touch the
flick
ball
on. There's another
to
flick
Fuller,
on.
And he'll just run into an open goal and say,
Oh,
thank
straight
you.
into the umpire.
And drilled the goal umpire. So you know that one's straight through.
That's the tail of the tape there. That is so disappointing for Blackwood. They worked the ball beautifully. They created the loose player. They got right up to the forward 50. Dykesman on the 50 marks the footy. Just take a break, mate. He just had to calm down, slow it up. Even if he chipped backwards to someone, don't let the footy get turned over. He's kicked it to no one. Lobie turned it off in the back half. And of course, the space had been opened up, and Lobie are just too good in open space. So, unfortunately for Blackwood, that is the tail of the tape, that 30 seconds of footy.
So, Lobethal 8-8, Blackwood 3-4. Benny, 22 minutes have tipped over in this third term, so you could say Lobie. They're not safe yet, but geez, they got a strong control of this game at the moment.
Here they go again.
Taken forward. Oh, Viney just unleashes a barrier to barrel from the centre of the square. Big Jack couldn't control that one. Looking a bit proppy there, the big man, but yeah, Lobethal certainly winning the midfield battle hands down here, Shane Collins.
Yeah, they certainly are. And when Blackwood have had their opportunity winning the midfield battle themselves, they just haven't used it well enough.
Boundary throwing when we get the ball back eventually. It's gone down to the polo cross area. So it's in a dangerous position for the Tigers. They'll work out the structure here. Looks like Osborne's going to be doing the ruck. Phil Hopton against him, so Osborne should...
Even Joel Aish is down at this stoppage. They're really trying to stack the numbers in, Blackwood.
So, Osborne wins it down. Trying to earn the free kick there with the Tiger player, maybe Viney. Umpire Raymond says, I'll have it. So it's still dangerous position here, about 20 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Osborne palms it down to Riley. There's that strength. Handballs back to Viney. Snaps for goal. Umpire nods his head, and I said, I like that, says the goal umpire. That's all clear. So 9 goals, 8 the Tigers. Blackwood 3-4, and a crucial goal once again as we head towards three-quarter time.
I tell you what, Colo, just the brute strength of 2 past SNFL guys combining there. Riley and then, of course, Viney just bursting through and finishing with a fantastic snap over the shoulder.
Yeah, you've got to want it too, though. I mean, Blackwood is sitting there worrying about the umpire. I mean, they got some excess NFL blokes at that stoppage that couldn't tackle him either. So, you know, they've got to get in front and be a bit more vicious around the contest for me. And, you know, they've tried to hold on here, but Lobethal's class and dominance has just kicked through. So, unfortunately, now we're looking at sort of a 6 to 7 goal deficit if it stays the way it is at three-quarter time, and that just might be too much for them.
I'll tell you what, boys, this could be an important result. Blackwood, bearing in mind they have the bye next week, and, well, they've only had the 1 win against Lofty in the opening round. They were competitive last week against Harndorf, but, gee, they've been taken to the cleaners this afternoon by a really keen and determined Tigers side, and, gee, this sets up, given the results today, if they go the way we think, going to set up an absolute blockbuster next week at Pine Avenue in the Lutheran Derby.
It will be a cracker of a game, and let's hope our earlier guest today, Brady Dorr, can get up and play as well, because he'll be.
Will he get a game, Colo?
Well, will he get a game?
He might have to come through to Magoo's,
12:30 start, I reckon, and but I'm sure they'll find a spot for him somewhere.
I think they will. Back in the centre, Warbutt. Wins the ball down against Voigt. Tuck working hard. Grabbed forward there by Viney. Puts it up and to the skipper and Fisher. And, geez, Braden Fisher must be loving this service in midfield. All the years he's played for Lobe, he battled his heart out. And now, well, getting silver service.
Well, we always knew he was a good player. He always battled against the odds, but for a player of his ilk, and and Timmy Jenkins, another one that really battled their guts out here over the last few years, to now have some quality around them that can help.
The cavalry,
they. I hope they really enjoy the moment.
So Fisher, as we said, the leading goal kicker last year, and perhaps for a number of seasons,
Oh,
reads the win nicely.
Yeah.
Alex Giorgio style.
Yeah.
So the fifth at the quarter for the Tigers.
Yep.
They march on to 10-8 to 3-4. And
21 goals he kicked last year, and he will certainly, in this shortened season,
He'll probably kick more.
Probably kick more than that.
Yeah, and Pistol's brought up a good point before about games you win and you lose early. It's with the shortened season, you've just got to be so careful. You can be so far behind the 8 ball after 3 or 4 games, and Blackwood now fall into that same rung as a few other clubs. Onkers are in that same boat. Mount Barker, those clubs need to get some wins on the board real quick.
Tigers 10-8, Blackwood 3-4. So the Tigers have kicked 5 goals in this quarter. Osborne, Giorgio, Fuller, Viney and Fisher, and they are charging towards their 3rd win to start this shortened 9-round season. Here's a free kick for the Tigers. They've got another chance, 27-minute mark. This might be the final inside 50 for the 3rd term. Oh, it's not going to go inside 50 just yet. Goes out towards Giorgio. He's been great in this quarter. Giorgio from 80 metres out. No, kicks it towards the forward pocket area. One-on-one contest, and it's gone out of bounds in the Zilla Pavilion area. So the Tigers one final chance to get their 11th. They lead by 8 goals.
Oh, a bit of wrestling.
Here's a chance. Jackie Bampton. Oh, couldn't quite get the kick away.
McCready in there. Bampton once again. Head down.
Does he get a ruck tap for that? He took it straight out of the ruck. The big fella, Bampton.
Used to ruck in under 10s, he was telling me. Anyway, ruck duel. Warbert got it down once again. Congested pack comes out there. Nitsky fed a handball out. Viney got it out wide to a teammate there in Turpin. He goes back in wide to Timmy Jenkins.
Oh, tell you what.
He'll have a shot, that's for sure.
Tell you what.
Oh, that is special. Timmy J. That'll be on the Dartfish highlights, I can tell you. He loves kicking a goal, and well done. Trapped it well, wheeled around, bang.
Fantastic goal, and once again the difference between the two sides. Kai Turpin, hats off to him. He was in the pocket there, stuck against the boundary.
Great vision.
And he looked back to the centre of the ground, centred the ball, and got it to a dangerous position. And of course, we just spoke before about Timmy Jenkins in the same boat as Braden Fisher. And well done to Timmy. That's a great goal. He's played really well off half back today, along with his little brother.
11-8 Tigers, 3-4. Great replay.
I was going to say, Goldie, 6 goals for the quarter for the Tigers, and
Took until
Blackwood has struggled to kick 3.
9-minute mark. No side has kicked a goal in this term. Here's a chance once again. I thought the last was going to be the last goal for the quarter, but the Tigers are still wanting one. Great tackle there by Bampton. That cricket pitch area, 11-8, 3-4. Tigers leading, charging towards their 3rd win for the season, and potentially a percentage boost. Here's Viney. He's been great. Sweeping handball out the last goal kicker, and Jenkin. Oh, good stuff. Back to Viney. Throws it on the boot. Kick towards centre half forward. Came off player there, Bennett, I think it was. Back to Hopton in defence. Tigers trying to push for one more. Cooper Luke, wrapped up by a couple of Blackwood players as we go towards the 29-minute mark. 3rd term. Tigers charging along 11-8, 7 goals in this quarter. Blackwood 3-4.
Tigers, you tell the Tiger faithful at the Zilla Pavilion, they'll be loving this. They waited this for a long time.
There we go.
As the ball chipped forward, I think it's Hopgood, Dylan Hopgood on the end there of a good feed.
Champagne footy.
So as I said, the Tigers faithful. Wins have been few and far between in recent times for the Tigers, but I tell you what, they got this one well in hand. As Goldie said, leaving 11-8 to 3-4, and the last action of the 3rd term will come through the agency of Dylan Hopgood, who will have a shot from, I'll say, 45 metres, slide angle.
Harndorf Jr. came on board, I think, last year for the Tigers.
Drop punt. It'll get the distance.
Oh, you tell
and
you
it's
what,
got the accuracy.
Here they come. They're up and
they come
about.
from everywhere, and it just shows you the confidence and the,
Charging
Tiger,
into
the spirit, the Tigers, as the young fella completes a...
charging into a clash against Harndorf in round 4 with a lot of confidence. 12-8 to 3-4.
So 7 goals to 2 points. 7-goal-4 that quarter. Goldie.
Robbie Sherwood. No. How's it going out there?
Mate, cold. It's cold, but geez, they're playing well, aren't they, Tigers? So, yeah, fantastic third quarter. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Blackwood can get back from here. So,
they need about a 20 goal breeze here, I think. Rob, to get him out of this, but Lobethal playing.
Although last time we were here, this time last year, boys, we saw Onkers come back with a similar breeze, didn't we?
Indeed, we did. But do you want to get on the Blackwood?
No, mate. I've just come in to see if you boys have got a budget. That was all. But
no, you've come in here to keep warm.
No, keep up the good work, boys. Keep up the good work.
Hillsfooty.com, Hills Football League Facebook page. And, the Tigers storming here. Round 3 action from Lobethal. We're just working out the leading goal kickers. We know that Giorgio kicked the rare goal in that quarter. Pistols. Jade and Indy, before we get the Pistols with some goal kickers, your thoughts, lads, on that term in terms of the stats?
Yeah, so 27 kicks Blackwood. They had 35 in the second quarter, so not so good with the kicking. They had 18 handballs as well. They had 7 forward 50s, just couldn't convert. And last year, their third quarter, Blackwood, was their worst quarter, and today they didn't even score in the third quarter, unfortunately. The last time that they were scoreless in the third quarter was the elimination final between Jarrett and them at Nan last year. So, unfortunately, I just couldn't hit the scoreboard then. They had 30 tackles, good pressure, but unfortunately, Lobie just ran away with it. Indy, your take on it, mate?
The stats Lobie have got here really do paint the picture for how strong that 7-goal quarter was. 51 kicks to Blackwood's 27. And the handball statistic very similar, but the thing is they didn't need to play on the run and rather were able to kick long and take a lot of marks, particularly quite a few inside the 50 with about 5 in that quarter, 4 contested marks and of course 18 in total. So a big win for Lobethal in that quarter.
And just some player stats. McCready had 4 kicks in that quarter and he had 6 tackles. So he kept the pressure up, trying to get Blackwood back in the game. So there you go, boys.
Thank you very much to Jaden and Indy.
I think Indy wanted to say something. One more thing, Indy.
Just one additional stat for Aiden Riley. 5 tackles, a lot of them resulting in free kicks as well.
I thought he might want to say a cheerio to Jamaican Joe there, Goldie.
You got a number 1 fan here on the feed. Loving your work. Both of you. Yeah.
All right.
And just to let you know, Pistols, during the opening part of the season, Lobethal ranked 2nd in attack. I guess that would be behind Harndorf, perhaps, or maybe not. But they're looking very, very good here early in the season, or late in the season, however you want to look at it.
Absolutely. Just compiling a few around the ground scores here. Kersbrook 7-5, leading Birdwood 4-9. In the country division, just over the hill. And Uraidla 6-11 have hit the front against Nan Bremer 5-5. But as Colo pointed out, perhaps a little bit wayward in their finishing work. The Demons at the moment. But, well, you talked about goal kickers here. Jack Osborne with 3, Fuller with 2, Viney with 1. Then we have singles to Nitsky. Alex Giorgio, of course, in the probably the goal.
Well, that's
game.
worth
Fisher,
double.
Timmy Jenkin and Hopgood there. Over the last, over the last 4 minutes, Lobethal kicked virtually 4 goals. Just in the meantime, Blackwood just adding the 2 points from their half-time score, so they sit 3-4 to 11-8. So 12-9 plays 3-4. So wow, tough job for Blackwood to pull anything out of the fire here. Up percentage, as we said, in such a short season, percentage could play a big part in making the top 5. It's
Collins back.
Shane Collins, I thought it was Usain Bolt just racing across up the hill there, but Shane Collins.
Well, I actually forget. I had to dart from the Blackwood coaches. I was wearing the black and yellow shirt. They thought it was Lobethal spying on them, so I had to get away from there. But no, look, Blackwood just set about throwing everything at this quarter and going long and straight, so we'll see what happens there.
Here's a chance for them. A handball from McCready. Kick forward for the Woods. Sun's about to go right into the van here. It's in the Woods forward line. Clearing kick was Skinner, went to his teammate in a dangerous position. Here's a chance for the Woods. A flying shot at goal. It's gone through for a minor score, so Blackwood will go to 3-5, Lobethal 12-9. Blackwood coming home towards the Polo Cross end.
Just love to see some urgency here from Blackwood, pushing up. There's hardly any voice. I reckon they've, as much as they want to say it, it's like the white flag's been conceded, but they need to be showing some energy.
I tell
here
you
and
what,
having a
boys, they
real
have the bye next week, so you think it's be a fortnight before they play football,
Yep.
so they get something out of it. Like anyway, Giorgio brings the ball out for the Tigers, chips it up here to
Good mark,
Skinner,
Skinner.
taken by Cooper Skinner. Of course, was a special guest on Hills Footy Unplugged a couple of weeks ago. He nurses the ball across to another exciting youngster in Cooper Luke. So the Coopers combining now.
13 of the 15 goals kicked towards the Polo Cross end of the ground today.
He nurses up to big Henry Voigt, lumbers out, still sporting the Bjorn Borg, Pat Cash headband.
Oh, he's just...
He was off, but then he decided no, settle it down, so...
caught himself in mid-action.
He did. So now, kicks the ball forward. Good spot there by Bennett's. Ball comes to Sierra for Blackwood. Wobbly old kick finds Spawn, effective enough out over the cricket pitch area. He goes further afield. Grabbed that ground level there for Blackwood. Comes to McCready. He gets inside on his left foot. Poor finish, called by Shane Collins. Good work there by Reynolds. Got in the ball, but once again, Shane, that's abysmal finishing work.
Oh, it's just, without being rude, come on, I want to see Blackwood actually lift here. I said before the start of the game, I was really keen to see how they played today. I want to see a club that's real hungry to be competitive at the top end of the competition, and it's just a little bit lazy in what they're doing here. So
Your coach Ryan Anderson would be pretty disappointed in
I
this
think so.
performance. Meanwhile, wrapped up in the goal square area, whistle's gone, be a ball up. So Blackwood, 20 metres out from goal. Chance add to their paltry total of 3-5. They're well in arrears of Lobethal, 12-9. Ball comes out here to tuck. He's battled pretty hard
He
today.
has,
The
he's
Vice
tried
Cup
hard.
gets on his left foot. There deserves a goal for that effort, but as has been the case this afternoon, offline, through for a minor score. So Blackwood will be 3-6. Lobethal 12-9.
Just going on that Blackwood thing, the shot after the siren at three-quarter time, there were not one Blackwood person said a word. They were just standing on the mark, half asleep.
Timmy Jenkins brings the ball in for the Tigers. Kicked a lovely goal in that third term. Front position was Nitschke. Cooper Skinner involved as well in the marking contest. So umpire Raymond will throw the ball up. Half forward line for the Woods. Kicking towards the Polo Cross end. Nice handball from Cooper Luke. A bit of a fend off there from Viney. Kicks it towards the half forward line. It'll be Viney. Oh, lovely work. Riley gets a handball out towards Voigt. Tied on the boundary line. I can't quite see.
Has a touch on the ground as he runs to the pocket. Now has a set shot on the run to the top of the square.
Osborne.
And
The big
juggling
man, 1,
mark
2,
taken by
3.
Osborne, but nonchalant runner on the boundary line there by Voigt. Put to the centre of the top of the square. And Big Jack, so the chance of kicking.
he's run
around.
around.
He's
What's
run
he
around
doing?
straight in the angle.
Oh,
and he's
that's-
kicked it where he would have taken the shot from. But we can't. He's kicked 3 goals already. So the first score of the quarter for Lobethal.
Kicked 11 goals for the year.
Minor one, so we wait for the ball to come back. Just going around the grounds again quickly, boys. Three-quarter time, you're 8 to 6-11 there, and Bremer 5-5. Arndorf 13-10, Mount Lofty 5-3, and Country Division Kersbrook 7-5, Birdwood 4-9. So it looks
Good
like
on the Brookers. Good to see him back after last week.
looks like Harndorf, Lobethal next week, 2 unbeaten sides in Div 1. So that'll be a beauty here on Call of the Wild as Bricknell brings the ball back into play for Blackwood. Setting himself
Fisher.
there was Watchman. Good defensive ball. Jack Andrew Burton to be the first. He's got Spawn to contend with. Pringle also dips in for Lobethal. Gets a handball back here. Bampton once again at ground level. Pulls the ball in under if. And a pack forms, and we'll have a ball up.
Another player from Blackwood, I think, has tried real hard today is Reece Spawn. I've been impressed with his intensity and willingness to want to win the football back all day.
Fisher down to Nitschke. Flying shot. Oh, good mark there. I was going to think that was Giorgio, but it's not. It's Riley. He's kicked 8 goals for the year. None today. He'll go back for his first opportunity for a goal today. Directly in front, probably kicking from about 45 metres out from goal towards the entry gate end. And as I said, only a handful of goals have been kicked towards that end today. Of course, 25 AFL games for the Crows and Melbourne state representative. Also played at Sturt.
Dual premiership player, so yeah, not a lot the Big Dog hasn't done. And hello to Wollongong as he has a shot here.
The gong.
Ding dong, not going to happen. No ringing the gong and the gong at the moment because minor score there to Riley. But moves him on to 12-10. Goldie, Blackwood a 3-6.
Yep, kick out. Ball is held up after the Woods kick out. Umpire Raymond coming in. Is it a free kick or is he just going to ball it up? I think he's just going to ball it up in between, or just near Blackwood's interchange bench. Flicked on here. I think that was McCready. Handball out towards Tuck, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. So good pressure from the Tigers. Got another opportunity here. 12 goals, 9. In that third term where the damage was really done, they kicked 7 goals. So here's a chance for the Tigers to move the ball forward. I think it's McWalters, is it? In that left boot, and it's a turnover, and it's taken here by Spawn.
As Colo said, Spawn battled his heart out for the Tigers. The Woods this afternoon. Chips the ball up the line and finds Aish. One of his rare touches this afternoon. He said kicked 11 goals in his last appearance on this over, but of course that was in the Chunga colours. So Aish, high kick in front of the Zilla Pavilion. McCready's there, got his hands to it, spilled it. Quick little handball out there by T, I think it was. Ball comes out here to Tuck, sells a bit of candy, gets onto his left, straightens up back to McCready.
Oh, cut out
Good
Zaddo.
interception by Joe Zaddo. Tigers working hard to the final sign. Comes back into the tractor. Timmy Jenkins, bit undecided, puts a high kick out here towards Luke. He's got a paddock if it sits for him. He grabs it, has
Off
one
it
bounce.
goes. He could
in front
have
of the dream
a couple
one.
of bounces
Goes
here.
on the king wing here.
Have
Has
a
a
third
third
bounce.
bounce. Go boy. Manasseh style. Sets it further afield. Kicked to no one in particular. Loose space. Big Jack's there. Riley. Very confusing. Even though there's a difference in height.
Yep.
And the free kick being paid to Blackwood. They'll chip the ball up the line and taken out here by Matt T. T, the youngster, nurses up the line to Mark Reynolds, the most experienced Blackwood player out there this afternoon. 156 games today. Drives it along with that left foot. McCready in the box seat.
Oh, front position. Well
Line
done.
ball decision is called by Goldie and Mitchy Jenkins. Good, strong defensive mark.
Yeah, it's been good today. Umpire Napstein around the action there. He's got Viney running for him. So Jenkins goes with a little short pass towards Jack Andrew, and it's gone out of bounds, so players can have a bit of a breather.
To be honest, it's probably easy to kick the ball over Jack Bampton's head, boys.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to miss by much, but gee, he plays well for a boy that size, doesn't he? He's a tough and in and under player.
Voigt with the ruck duel, gets it down, taken by Huckster, gets across the Pringle, cruel bounce. Here's Timmy Jenkins in there to back up. Good attack on the ball by Catford. Also in there is the youngster in T. Goes to ground. Umpire Roman come in and ball up.
12-11, Lobethal, Blackwood 3-6. And we've gone 9 minutes in the final term. Here's a chance for McCready. Wheels around on that left boot. Hopton was front position. Good spoil by Nitschke there for the Tigers. Huckster. Good work from the Tigers defence once again. Here's a chance for Pring. Managed to get a kick away. Good lead-up play by the Fisher. He's enjoying this time at the moment playing with the Tigers. Switches play out towards Cooper Luke. He go for another run. One bounce. Two. No. Sweeping handball over the top. Another man who loves having a bounce. Timmy Jenkins switches play. Dangerous position. Lovely kick. And Hopgood takes the mark. And he combs the hair twice.
I tell you what, Colo, you just said they're so confident in each other, Lobethal, aren't they? The way they run, their support, they know that teammates will be there for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sign of a good side.
It is, absolutely, and confidence has risen. As I said, I seen them 2 weeks ago, and they were still a little bit tentative. And obviously, as a football club, you know, winning in recent years hasn't been a common goal for them or a common thing, but they're certainly playing like a side now. It's only taken a couple of weeks for the influence of their new players to spread, and you can see now that they've got that real killer instinct about them. And the exciting thing for Lobethal, seeing these young kids, Cooper Luke, Joey Zaddo, Mitchy Jenkins, Cooper Skinner we've spoken about, really exciting young huckster. They're playing real good footy as well, so that's what all goes well for Lobie.
So minor score result and kick out from Bricknell, bouncing ball, tees in there, ball tapped out, comes back in here.
And there was one I forgot, Dylan Hopgood. He's been good as well.
Chips the ball and finds little Jack Andrew Bampton. He virtually has. So Jackie Bampton, Goldie here with the chance. Kicked 12 goals last year. Third highest goal kicker.
Very, very fit.
He is, indeed. Goes for a regular run in lunchtime.
Yep, regularly run. Pounding the pavement.
Bit like me. Goes for a lot of runs, does he?
Yep.
I think given the headgear, he might be on the cycle as well, Goldie. But anyway, Jack Andrew towards the Tweedvale end of the ground.
Oh, Jack.
And I'll tell you what,
that's a centering kick. That's a set play.
He wants to give up his running and practice the goal kicking there, Colo. Send him off to the academy. His ball spills free there. The pocket, good work there. Good attack on the ball by Benson, I think it was. Spawn it was. Flicked the ball out by Brecknell. Relieves the pressure on this occasion. Off hands of Watchman. Backhand Tigers everywhere.
Queuing up here on the wing.
He's got Floyd out here. He's also got further Phil McWaters.
He's got back Jack Andrews
been
on.
Impressed with him. He went to handball.
Jack Andrew.
Jack Andrew has called out wide here to everywhere. The Tigers running loose in the wild. The Tigers puts it forward.
Oh, that's better.
To the tractor.
Pick.
Lovely work there by Jack Andrew. Nice kick.
But just the confidence here once again. Huckster starting out, as you said, had 2 of them out here on his own. So Timmy Jenkins, the chance here. I don't think he'll pass this one off, boys, as he's tucked deep into the right forward pocket, heading towards Tweedvale.
He's passed it.
Made a liars of him, he puts it in.
Oh, the coach.
And always kicked to the coach's goal he mentioned before. So Matty Fuller with the chance to kick his 3rd goal of the afternoon. Pretty handy performance by the coach, and also been involved strong tackle work and just the inspiring work by the former Norwood club champion.
Good side for him here.
So right behind him, Dartfish camera. Flynn Rogers capturing all the action here, so be able to analyse this kick from Matty Fuller.
Straight through the middle.
Oh, no, I'll play that one.
Yep. Not straight through the middle, but it's gone through the...
Flynn's given it the thumbs up too, so Fuller, as I said, his 3rd goal of the afternoon. The Tigers have kicked their 13th. 13-12, Blackwood a 3-6, and the Tigers...
powering away.
Galloping away here, Shane Collins, to a big win and setting up a blockbuster next week.
Yeah, and as much as I'd like to sit here and talk Lobie up, it's been fantastic. I'm sadly looking at Blackwood and needing to talk them down. I'm really disappointed in what they've produced today. I'm sure they are as well. This is not them. This is not what they're made of. You know, they've been disappointing. They've just showed no resolve here today. Aish has had to go in the middle here. They've showed no strength around the contest. There's been little bits and pieces where they've had enough opportunity around the footy, but their ball use has been poor. And worst of all, it's been their competitiveness for me.
All right, Tigers. Here's a chance for Turpin holding the ball. Napstein calls it there. So free kick here for the Woods in the middle of the ground.
Excluding this fella as well. He's been good today.
Last goal kicker for them was McCready during the 2nd term. So it's been a while. Meantime, the Tigers have powered away here in the second half. They were leading at half-time 5-4 to 3-2. And they've kicked 8 goals to zip after half-time.
Funny thing about it, Goldie in that 2nd term, the last 2 goals of Blackwood came within a minute of each other through Dykesman and McCready. As you said, the 22-minute mark of the 2nd term, and that's all she cried as far as goals go. And the points haven't been coming too much either. So 13-12 plays 3-6. Lobethal certainly making a strong bid here, Shane, to be the most improved side in the competition this year, I'd suggest. As the ball comes across here to McWaters, off hands.
Here's a chance.
Blackwood. As Reynolds gave it off to McCready, who, as Colo said, has played pretty serviceably and gets his 2nd goal. So he's kicked 2 of the 5 here this afternoon. So he's had a reasonable game, but too few and too little for the Woods. As far as
there's only a handful of them, mate. We, you know, you can reel them off pretty quickly. As I said, you know, Respawn. Matt Tuck's had a real good crack. McCready, but even after that, Scotty Bricknell's had his moments. But after that, I mean, I haven't mind. The ruck duel's been good today. They've the 2 boys there of Voigt and Warbett have fought it out all day. That's been okay. That's a pass mark for me. But yeah, there's a lot of players that just haven't played to their potential today for the Woods, sadly.
So back in the middle, Voigt against Warbett in ruck. Warbett won that one, but coming through was Viney. Umpire Wild.
Interesting, Joel Aish in the midfield for Blackwood.
I think he's just going running for kicks, sadly. He just has been, you know, he's had no open play at all today, and Lobethal's pressure has been too good, and Blackwood's disposal's been too poor.
There's a chance. Aish.
Having said that, he got out the ball to Zira.
Yeah, McCarthy, ball to Zira. Kick out towards the half-forward line. Lovely mark there. Here's a chance for the Woods. Taken by the captain in Dykesman. Went one way, then the other. Under pressure from Giorgio. Penetrating kick into the forward 50. The big men down there for the Woods. Haven't done a lot today. And it's gone through for a minor score.
So with nearly a 10-goal difference, just see Giorgio's work on the mark there. That was a guy that's fully committed and not giving an inch. Just simple little things like that make a massive difference.
Skinner chips the ball out to Jenkin. Jenkin, long kick. T spilt the ball.
There he is again.
Giorgio in there, finally taken by Dykesman. Feigns a handball out to the runner Reynolds. The veteran looks in, board puts it. It's all Tigers back there. They spoil each other on this occasion. Finally through for a minor score. Elliott involved there. Also Cooper Skinner and Huckster. So it'll be
Cooper
Tigers
Skinner.
bring it back. Cooper Skinner.
Cooper Skinner brings us back in. Goes to Zato. Perfect. They're running forward here, the Tigers. Here's a chance for Pring. Could have a bounce. Kicks it towards the forward line. Osborne. Will it go over the top of his head? It's punched. It's gone over the top of those. Blackwood players pushing back here. So a couple of Lobethal players applying pressure was Hopgood. Here's Bricknell for Blackwood. Patient kick. Finds a teammate there in T, is it? McCarthy, sorry. Chop out. Zato. Aish. On his left boot, kicks it towards the half-forward line, and Nitschke should mop up here, Pistols.
Well done by Jenkins, just Shepherd hopped it off. Ball comes back to Jenkins, he's got Voigt out in front of the Dreammaker on the King wing, and he takes the mark and just steadies the game down. So Lobethal well in charge, 13-12, 4-8 Blackwood. Nurses the ball up the line. Unfortunately, that is wide. The Academy boy right on the line as Jack Bampton trying to claim the mark, but it'll be a free kick to go to Blackwood. Should you ain't see a big yarn war, but handballs it straight back to Aish. Aish with that distinctive one-step kick. Puts it back down here, back towards Jenkin, and he takes the ball.
Been super today. I think nearly best on ground, Mitch
yeah.
Jenkin. He's done a real good job holding down centre half back most of the day, also floating through the flanks, but intercepted a lot of footy today.
Good work, Voigt. Got the ball down there, still battling for it. Blackwood under there. In comes Hopton. So umpire Wild will come and bowl it up, and 17 minutes just ticked over here. Lobethal well in charge, as we said on the call to Wild, 13-12 to 4-8. First time we've seen the Tigers. Anticipated that there'll be an excitement machine, and have certainly lived up to expectations, that's for sure. Bursting work there through Riley. Ball goes to ground. O'Reilly still in there. Holding up his opponent, and Jimmy Catford. So once again, umpire Wild in the action. So Warbert to do battle with Voigt, as they've done many times this afternoon. As I said, break even in the ruck duels. Here's Tucker, who's bundled out of the contest, taken by Jenkins. He's grabbed with the
Chicken
one
wing.
hand.
Chicken wing.
Yeah, it's called by Goldie there. But I was about to say they've broken even in the ruck duels, Colo. But as you said, just their strength around the packs, the ball's been taken away by the Tigers.
Yeah, and Voigt just had a patch in the third quarter. He just dominated a few centre bounces. But aside from that, it's been a quality contest.
Joel Aish wrapping up the player there for the Tigers.
I think there was
Cooper Luke. Umpire Wild throws the ball in. Tosses the ball up. Hopton won it down. Dangerous position here. Here's a chance for McCready once again. Got a kick away. How are you seeing the umpiring today, Colo?
Oh, it's been good. I can see I had a quick chat to Timmy Napstein at quarter time. He's still recovering from playing over 35s last week. He's struggling, the big fella. So he said he might have pulled out had he not had. He wouldn't have put Robbie Wild into half a Lobethal oval. He thought that might have finished him off. So, but they've done a good job. Haven't been under too much pressure, but I've liked the way they've umpired the game.
Giorgio nurses the ball out to McWaters in front of the Pope barbecue chimney area. Waters' kick has been claimed here by Spawn. Will bring it back in for the Woods. Good defensive spoil by Giorgio. Good quick hands there by Cooper Luke. Been very impressed with him. Jack Drew Banton with a high kick. Once again, volleyball action as Benson fists the ball over the boundary line right in front of the King Design and Construction sign here, Goldie.
Yep.
So he got both wings covered.
Well, we haven't seen Ryan Anderson for a while, eh?
No.
I reckon he might have snuck off during a break, and we haven't picked him not coming out. So hopefully not too bad an injury or anything there.
He's a chance. Also, young Oric going off the ground for
he's on crutches.
Unfortunately, we wish him all the best. As the umpire Raymond comes in, and there'll be
big Jackie Osborne having a break. He just did a lead before. He was out at the 40 metre mark and got seasick, so they've taken him off.
Comes out the turf, and no, he left it behind. Nitschke goes in to grab what was left behind. He's held up in a tackle by Blackwood. So once again in front of the King Design Construction sign. Over the top doing the ruck work there was Mitch Jenkins in opposition to Hopton. He's everywhere.
Jaden and Indy, just while we have some continuous ball ups here, you got the binos out. What are your thoughts?
So the pressure's eased off this quarter for Lobethal. Only 8 tackles compared to the average. They get around 20 per quarter at the moment. But we could see still winning the kicking numbers very comfortably. 33 kicks next to their name in this quarter alone. They've kicked long and strong, and really that last quarter won them the game. Now they can just wind down and play some simple football.
Yeah, to come as Giorgio booted the ball long, but his opposite class defender in Bricknell for Blackwood got the handball out, and the Woods take the ball back in. Over the top is Pring. Brampton's in there. Slipping the tackle there was Tuck. Good vision as he spots up in the corridor Benson. So
Jaden?
So yeah, from Blackwood's point of view, they've had 30 kicks and in the third quarter they had 27 kicks. So like Holly said, in the first quarter they went to our side way too much in the forward 50. They've actually gone down the middle to Canteen side, which has been a positive for Blackwood, but unfortunately just couldn't convert on the scoreboard today, boys.
So good finish there by Daniel Benson. Brings some late cheers for Blackwood, but overall it's been a pretty disappointing day. Benson raising their 5th, so they move on to 5-9. Goldie, Lobethal 13-12, 21 minutes ticked over.
Colo?
Yeah, it's good goal. There wasn't much to talk about. Unfortunately, we haven't seen enough from that from Blackwood today. They brought the ball back through the middle of the ground into that dangerous position and just haven't played well enough today, and it's a bit of junk time now, but it would be... you would hope that Blackwood don't kick a couple of goals here and start high-fiving each other because they need to be disappointed in their efforts.
Well, just their second goal since half-time as the ball comes down here. Bursting his way forward was Riley. Bouncing ball. Here's Luke again. Has been very impressive. We get a good bounce. Oh, hard in there was Bennett's for Blackwood. He goes to ground.
Great contest.
Good contest.
And Turpin and Bennett's there, both of eyes for the ball. So umpire Napstein, who, as Colo said, finding a bit difficult. Ball's up. Voigt. Ball down. Trying to burst his way through there. For Blackwood is Aish. Nothing doing, so umpire Napstein to resume proceedings.
Right half forward flank for the Tigers. Have they got a few more in them? They kicked 7 goals in that third term. Kicked 1 this quarter through Fuller. And they lead comfortably here. Round 3 action from Lobethal. 13-12, Blackwood 5-9. Over the top. Here's Giorgio attacking the ball against Benson. Coming through with Cooper Luke. He's been good, but Napstein says that's holding the ball. Tuck for the Woods. Kicks it out towards Hopton. It's gathered here for the Tigers. Whoa, wrapped up in the tackle there.
Had a big tackle applied there.
Catford with the holding the ball free kick, and he'll go back and look to kick the ball forward for the Woods.
I think that was Ellidy wrapped up a great tackle anyway to kick out wide as found the youngster in T, I think it is.
McCarthy,
sorry. Go to the similar barber. So Liam McCarthy. Opportunity here, as we said, Blackwood getting some junk time goals here, but a sting well and truly gone out of this game. 7-goal third tutored by Lobie. Probably sealed it. McCarthy's shot. It's drifted wide through for a minor score. So 2 goals 6 for this quarter. Blackwood have outscored Lobie, have kicked 1 goal 3, but in the overall picture, well in charge of Tigers 13-12 to 5-9. So it'll be that man Giorgio, star goal kicker. They bring the ball back into play, chips it across to Stevie Huckster. And looks like they've shut up they've got a new pontiff. They've shut up the chimney for the afternoon, Goldie.
Yep, enough for
the
that,
chip forward goes to Timmy Jenkins.
So Jenkins in the back half for the Tigers. Kicked a lovely goal, as I said, in that third term. Is the switch on? Voigt could be the target. Nope, goes back to Giorgio. He goes a little short pass, and it's gone straight down the throat of a Blackwood player. And I think that's Catford.
Well, coming undone there. I don't know, perhaps trying to be a bit too cute. So Jimmy Catford spent last year, of course, Premiership player. Of course, spent last year touring overseas, I believe, and also a bit of a musician, I hear, Goldie.
Yep.
So Catford, he's had his moments and took a really heavy knock in the first quarter, but has recovered well. So Catford, opportune to get on the goal scoring list. Not too many this afternoon for Blackwood, but he's on there with that goal. So move along to 6-9 to 13-12, 24 and a half minutes gone. So the sands of time almost running out of this game, Shane Collins.
Yeah, and I think the Lobie coaching staff would like someone to accidentally trip on the button right now and just blow the hoot because this game's well and truly over. But, silly little mistake there by Giorgio in the back half. But well done to Cap to finish that. He's had a good second half. He's tried hard, but he hasn't had too many friends, unfortunately. But I think Blackwood will enjoy having this break next week, but they really need to bounce back after that and get some form on the board and win a couple on the trot. Otherwise, it'll be season over real quick.
So the sun's starting to set over the Valley of Praise. This is a chance. Riley feeds the ball out to Giorgio. Got it a pring. Little toe poke up the wing. Further afield finds Viney. Had his moments this afternoon. He'll go wide across towards the King Ring. He's getting a chance here for Jenkins.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Jenkins,
go. Here we go.
Has one bounce. Timmy the tractor. Locking pass into the skipper.
And I reckon he would have been giving himself a little bit of a clap there.
Timmy, absolutely. Look at me, Mum. But, great confident play. The Tigers, as we said, just oozing that way to share the ball around in confident fashion. So Fisher, and he kicked the one this afternoon, boys, which is good when you think he's a prominent goal kicker and they're sharing the load as far as the scoring duty. So Braden Fisher towards the Tweedvale end tries to renew it, but it has not going to come back enough. So through for a minor score, but still 13-13 to 6-10. Shane
Goal umpire Chris Tanner, father of Onka's coach Paul Dingo Tanner, doing a good job out there today. Old Tans.
Absolutely.
The goal umpires. Have you seen the goal umpires today?
Very good goal umpire. Just can't do Onka's games because he gets too involved.
You'd give him the votes this afternoon?
Yeah, you'd have to.
You would. You would indeed. So, Mark taken in by Bennett. Runs himself into trouble, goes to Baldacera.
Watch out.
A handball here to teammate.
Okay.
Lucky enough to get out of it. Blackwood goes towards half forward. Watchman's the target, uses the big frame, one hand, but Mitch Jenkin, who...
he should have... I thought he took that.
Yeah. But Mitch Jenkin, as Colo said, would have to be high in the list of the best today.
Yeah, he gets me 3 votes.
Frees the handball. Here's a chance for Hopgood. Will it sit for him? Tries to tap it to sit up. It finally does. Dodges around the opponent. Kick goes nowhere as Ace got a hand to it. Spoils it. Hopton going to ground as well. Scrambly play here. I think it's McCarthy there.
There we go.
Blackwood been put out of their misery, I'd suggest, Shane Collins. Final siren, Lobethal 13-12, Blackwood 6-10. It's Shane Collins venturing out there to get us a special guest.
Who's he going to pick? This is the question.
It's his pick, Colo's pick here, Goldie. Is, just run through that last quarter. 2-goal for Lobethal to 2-goal 6, I think it is. But very good performance there by Lobethal Football Club. So Lobethal, after just the 2 wins last year, have now won 3, the first 3 games of this season. So certainly an improvement and, sets up a real blockbuster next week. Harndorf, undefeated Harndorf, taking on undefeated Lobethal. As Shane Collins just about to get one of the stars of this afternoon. And we're all good. That's the shadows coming in at Lobethal. Over it's down to Shane Collins.
Got me loud and clear. Beautiful. I'm here with, you got me now, guys. Yep, we're good. Mitchy Jenkin from the Lobethal Football Club. As we just said, cracking game by Lobethal today, mate. Must have been awesome across half back there. You guys set up so well and turned over a lot of footy.
Yeah, it's something been working on, considering like a couple of games we've started quickly, but really kind of flattened out in that aspect of the game. So we're definitely working on it in trainings and that, and especially with the runners when you've got a couple of decent midfielders switching out, it makes it a lot easier.
And for you, mate, as a young fella, obviously you've come through the grades at Lobethal. It just must be so exciting now, having those boys come back to the club and playing next to a Giorgio. You're copping some stick here, mate. The boys are absolutely into you, so that's beautiful. But playing with Giorgio and those sort of guys in the back half must be fantastic for you.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I grew up kind of watching Matt and Tim play with him. Always over kind of as their mates, so I knew about him and I knew of him. Obviously I had a lot of respect for him, and now to play with him and all that, definitely learning a lot. It's really good.
And you're officially now the best Jenkin in the family, okay? So make sure the other boys know that. No, but well done, mate. 3 votes from me today. I thought you were sensational and far better player than your father was. So well done, mate, and well done to the game against Harndorf.
Yeah.
Good on you, boys. Mitchy Jenkins, young fella, and what an exciting time for a lad at that age to be involved at the Lobethal Football Club as they really hit their straps. So, and I'm sure he's got a proud father sitting here around the oval, and he would be smile from ear to ear as his young boy carries out his dream of playing A-grade footy at Lobethal. So, all right, boys, back to you for a wrap-up.
Thank you very much to Shane Collins, and I must say, great to have him back on board here this afternoon for his debut in the Core the Wild season. So in the end, Goldie, pretty conscientious win, 13-12. The Tigers and Blackwood disappointing, 6-10, a 44-point win in the end to the Tigers as we go down for the final time to hear where the game was won and lost to Jaden and Indy.
Thanks, Pistol. So, just recapping the last quarter there for Blackwood. 37 kicks, 11 handballs and 13 marks. Like I said before, they were better in inside 50 conversions. Scored 3 goals in that quarter, but unfortunately just couldn't score more goals during the day. They had 19 tackles. They dropped off a little bit of pressure in the last quarter, unfortunately. They had 14 hit-outs and 2 centre clearances as well. They ended up having 11 inside 50s in that quarter. So, unfortunately, for Blackwood, this wasn't their day today. Indy, you'll take on the game, mate.
Looking at the full-time stats, you could see Lobethal smashed Blackwood, 65 extra disposals for the game, and many of them coming in numerous forms, so kicks and handballs, of course, both being in favour of Lobethal. And one important note is inside 50s, 13 in Blackwood's favour. However, most of them coming in that second quarter where they got 27 for the game, so more than half of their total inside 50s actually came in one quarter of football. But looking here, Lobethal clearly had quite a bit more dominance through the other 3 quarters. So you take away that 27 and they're not left with much of an edge, Blackwood. But the good news for Lobethal, at least, lots of marks inside 50, 17 for the game compared to Blackwood's 8. And of course, 16 contested marks compared to 13. So both teams had that hardness in the packs, but Lobethal just had so much run down the middle, and you could see that while watching. Very impressive performance today, though, and coming up against Hahndorf next week, they'll hold their heads high.
And also, here's some record stats here, boys. So, Blackwood's previous lowest score was 47 at Lobethal against them, and they got 46 today. So there's a record stat for you, boys. And like I said for the game, it was 2,069 days that Lobethal had beaten Blackwood in July. So they've done that, boys. And also, Lobethal, in the last 5 games against Blackwood, they only averaged 51 points, and they got 96 today. And also, Blackwood have only scored 9 goals in the last 2 games. So unfortunately, they just can't hit the scoreboard. And like Indy said, they've had a lot of inside 50s, but just can't convert. So there you go, boys. There's a wrap up for you.
Good on you.
Excellent work. Thank you very much there.
Yep.
To Jaden and Indy, Jaden J. Hill and Indy Rogers
Well
once
done,
again
boys.
giving sort of stats.
Gives me a chance to catch my breath.
The stats that matter. And, well, Colo, quickly, just to sum up, just Lobethal, we came with a lot of anticipation of what was going to happen, and they certainly delivered.
Yeah, they did, and they certainly look better than they did a couple of weeks ago. So a few games on the trot now, and they're into some real hot form. You know, the Hahndorf will be waiting for them next week, though. That'll be a cracking game of footy. If you're a little bit independent or not sure and the sun's shining, I'd be getting over to Hahndorf Oval next week. It'll be one of the best games you'll probably find in recent history in this comp. So I think it'll be a cracker. Lobethal look like they're on the march. It probably would be a grand final preview, I would think, at this stage. And full credit to Matty Fuller. He's doing a really good job. It's easy to get the names on the paper and get the players there, but the key thing is making sure that those players that are already at your club can lift to the occasion, and that's what's happened here. And you can see that the bottom 6 to bottom 8 players, that's what makes the difference. And Lobethals were far better than Blackwood's today. And, you know, we just interviewed a young fella in Mitch Jenkins who's, you know, I thought he was outstanding today. His ability to win the contested footy and cut off some ball across half-back was wonderful. And a lot of their young fellas, you know, we spoke about Cooper Luke during the call today. He was excellent out on his wing and was consistent all day. Young Ben Pring's really stepped up. Dylan Hopgood was fantastic. So that's the exciting thing for Lobethal. But over to the Woods. a bit doom and gloom for me. I was coming here today really excited about what they might be able to bring. I thought the big oval, the ability to get the footy in open territory, they'd be able to use the ball well, and I expected them to put some real scoreboard heat on Lobethal today, but just never looked likely, and disappointing was their ball use, and at times, sadly, disappointing was their effort. And we called a couple of times there today where we singled out efforts of individuals because other players around weren't putting in. So they got a bit of work to do, I think, but they do have the talent to turn it around. Just whether they got the attitude, that's the main thing.
Well, thank you very much there to Shane Collins, and as always, astutely summed up. I could concur with that, Goldie.
Yep, absolutely. As the sun is setting here.
Yep, the sun is setting, and it's been a very bright day. It's certainly the Valley of
Very
Praise.
cold day, Jeffrey. You've been sitting inside in the van here with the rug over your knees.
We've had to turn down the heater.
You've had to turn down the heater. You've had the... You boys have had the rugs over your knees, and we've been out there braving the elements and the tornadoes that have flowed through here at Lobethal Oval. But we survived, and it's good to come in here and join you guys after the game, I must say.
Well, the Valley of Praise, and there'll be certainly plenty of praise by the local fans at the moment because their Tigers are certainly up and running, as Colo mentioned. Next week taking on Harndorf in the big clash, two undefeated sides sitting at the top of the ladder. And as he said, get along, but if you can't, of course you can watch it all here on hillsfooty.com as our match of the round.
A full credit, just before we finish here, at you call it the Valley of Praise, to the people of Lobethal as we sit here looking across the oval. If you look to those hills straight ahead of you, only months ago they were completely black and burnt, and all houses were on the ground. So
eight months to the day.
So to everyone at Lobethal, we hope this little game of footy can just put a smile on your face and you're rebuilding your lives and getting back on with it.
Absolutely. All right, Shane, thank you for your input. Goldie, good to have your company.
Absolutely.
And also thanks to the Dartfish team, of course, Flynn Rogers, Dallas Rogers on the desk, and of course the media manager who talk about media manager. I think he just sat in the back of the caravan here too, keeping warm.
He was getting calls all the match.
All right, don't forget you can join us during the week for Hills Footy Unplugged for all your Hills Footy news. But until we catch you again next week on the Call of the Wild, this is Pistol signing off on behalf of the team, and keep on chasing your goals.